The first step in trying to ensure that quarterback Daniel Jones stays in Indianapolis, they used the transition tag on him on this tag deadline day. Unsportsmanlike co-host Chris Canty.
What I don't understand, though, if you're Indianapolis, is why you would opt for the transition tag, which in effect only gives you first right of refusal, versus paying $6 more million on your cap this year for the franchise tag and guaranteeing that no one else has the opportunity to sign Daniel Jones.
More on Chris's point, Indy's got the right to match any competing offer sheets that Jones might sign with an interested team. If he doesn't sign a competing offer sheet, Jones, coming back from that Achilles injury, will earn $37 million guaranteed. The Jets franchise tag running back Breece Hall. Unless the sides reach a long-term deal by July 15th, he'll play this season for just over $14 million. The Bengals did not tag defensive end Trey Hendrickson, so he becomes a free agent. Baseball Braves designated hitter Jurickson Profar facing a 162-game suspension after testing positive for a performance-enhancing drug for the second time in the last year.
Hey, it's your resident Super Bowl champ, Chris Canty, coming on Wednesday after a huge win against the Spurs on Sunday. I'll tell you why the Knicks have another chance to prove me wrong against the Thunder. It's Unsportsmanlike, 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Raising Cane studio.
That's right.
And off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. It's AFR, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. I'm Matt.
This is Shaq O'Neal, and I hate Matt.
Paul O'Neal.
They're chanting Paul O'Neal's name.
And Mr. Toby Tomplay. All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there and make it a good one. Shea Dixon in 15 minutes. We'll talk to Mike Triplett and Jared Mitchell in hour number 3. Ton to do. Let us begin as we do every single day.
It's time to pop the top on another edition of AFR with Bud Light. Drink easy.
I'm actually really proud of you. I don't mean that to be demeaning in any way. I am. I'm really proud of you. I guess winning 2 national championships in 3 years will cause many of you to chill out. LSU lost a midweek game, and the world didn't end. People didn't actually melt, and it was an ugly one, too. LSU in this game, if you were not watching along, trailed 4-0 at the end of the second, or the middle of the second. 10-0 in the middle of the third. They trailed 10-1 in the fourth, 13-2 in the seventh. I mean, this is bad. If you just didn't pay attention to this game at all and woke up this morning, popped up the Twitter machine or whatever looking for a final score, maybe you looked at LouisianaSports.net. Thank you. You did not see an accurate representation. This was hideous. The starters got down. Jay Johnson pulled literally everybody. I mean, all of them. Zach York DH'd. He stayed in, but literally everybody else was pulled from the game. They put in backups. And the backups actually made a pretty good run at it. And I'll tell you, LSU was 3 outs away from being run ruled in the seventh. They were down 13-2. They put up a 3 spot in the seventh. And actually made a little bit of a charge there in the 8th and the 9th. They ended up losing 13-10 to Northeastern, which, Northeastern is a good program. I think we all know that. From the Colonial, they won 49 games a year ago. We've talked about it. Still, it's inexcusable for LSU to have happened what happened. For something like that to happen, it's just a day where you went out and you were lazy and lethargic and apathetic and uninspired, and you can get beat in baseball. It's one of those things that can happen. It was an embarrassing performance by the starters, but an encouraging rally by the backups, and I think it does show the depth of this roster. Now, the hope, I think, is that you don't waste this. And it's actually something Jay Johnson, when he was asked after the game, what was your message to the team after this loss? It's kind of what he spoke to.
Wednesday, first road game. We got to be ready to go. It's a team that's 9-3. I'm sure it'll be a packed house. They love their baseball. Played in a regional there, and let's be better for what happened tonight. In a way, I think we are. It's showing some of the players that haven't played a lot that there's some depth and some options there, and we'll utilize that going forward.
I want to talk about some of that, some of the depth and the options that are there. One of them is a guy I've been mentioning now for probably about 2 weeks, and ready to see more of him. The game itself, which I'm sure many of you don't want to deep dive into this game, but I can't help but think, and listen, when you have a day like that where it was like Murphy's Law, right? Whatever can go wrong will go wrong. Maybe it wouldn't have mattered. But one of the big decisions, they DH'd Zach York and played John Pearson at first base. And Cooper Williams got a 1-2-3 first and looked awesome. And went out there in the second, and the leadoff hitter in the second inning hits a tapper towards second base. And John Pearson goes to field the baseball, went way too far to his right. Cooper Williams got a late break to the bag when, in actuality, Pearson should have covered the bag. Dardar could have easily made the play, and just like that, boom, you're out of it, or you get the first out, nobody on. Instead, you allow that infield single, then Cooper Williams with a throwing error, then an RBI single, then another single, then a 4-pitch walk. Just like that, Williams' day is over. Cowan's in the game. Pearson commits an error. Now you're down 2-0. He kicks a grounder. All that to say, that's 2 balls involving Pearson at first base in that second inning when things started to get away from you, and then it snowballed after that. I'm not putting the loss on John Pearson. Don't misunderstand me. I mean, you lost 13-10. I mean, you get 13 runs. I mean, it was an atrocity. You committed 4 errors. There were wild pitches. It was just LSU, 4 errors, 3 wild pitches. You hit a guy. It was terrible. But there were 2, and then, man, the top of the third, too. In a 4-0 game, in the top of the third, they go leadoff double, wild pitch, but then Cowan goes strikeout, and you're almost out of it. And he gets a ground ball, but they beat the shift with a ground ball. And just like that, 5-0, single, homer, it's 8-0. It'd be 10-0 before he got out of it. Brown committed an error as well on a double in the outfield. So it was just absolutely atrocious. But you had 2 opportunities in the third and the fourth. You're down 10-0. It was early enough in the game. In the third, the bottom of the third, they go E6 to lead off the inning, and then you go ground into the double play, single fly out, they're out of the inning. And then in the fourth, you loaded the bases with nobody out, then you go RBI, ground out, strikeout, ground out. So you had the bases loaded with nobody out, and you got 1 run out of it. And I guess it was compounded by in the fourth and the fifth, Ricken in the fourth and Zion Theophilus in the fifth had super easy innings. Ricken got you through the fourth in 6 pitches. Zion got you through the fifth in 7 pitches. So it got you back in the dugout in a hurry. You got base runners on. You just weren't able to do anything with it. So unfortunate that it went the way it did. But Jay talked about some of the depth, and that was encouraging. Eddie Yaman homered, his first career homer, which was, a missile, and he was 2 for 2. He was 2 for 3. Daniel Harden is someone who we've talked about here now for a couple of weeks with Chris Stanfield out. I'm going to continue to say it, and I think some of you now are seeing what I knew because Daniel went to Catholic. I got to see him. I've seen him for a long time, and you could just you can see it now with your own eyes, right? He's Jake Brown. He's 6'2", he's 205, he is explosive, he hits with power to all fields, he's got great speed, he's a dynamic outfielder. Daniel Harden, I think, while Chris Stanfield is out, should get more playing time. And Jay sort of alluded to guys maybe getting that opportunity, and Harden, I think, is one that needs to be at the top of the list. He was 1 for 2, he walked. The one time they retired him, he had a missile to right field. Great play by the right fielder, but you can just see he is an explosive athlete, and that's a guy that I think can really help you. Now, if you're hit, and I understand, Jay is playing Reeves and Simpson in left because he wants them in there for their bat. Well, Reeves right now is batting .238. That's last on the team. Of everybody that's had an AB, Tanner Reeves is last on the team at .238. So it's hard to justify continuing to put Tanner Reeves in the game right now when he's hitting .238 in the pre-conference. Simpson is hitting .353. He's at 17 at-bats, 6 hits and 17 at-bats. So better, but I would like to see Harden get a shot. I'm not saying it's going to be great. I'm not saying that he's going to go be an All-American. I'm just saying if you're looking for someone while Stanfield is out, that's a guy I think that when he has been given his opportunities has earned it, has earned more playing time. So Harden's hitting .333. He's 1 for 3 on the season, but he's walked a couple times. He's been hit by a pitch twice. His on-base percentage is .714. I mean, it seems like every time he's up, 7 out of 10 times he stood in the box, he's gotten on base. So I'd like to see Harden get some run. So we'll see what they do. But I think what it comes down to is don't waste it. In 2023, you committed 5 errors and gave up 24 runs in Game 2 of the championship series. You went out the next day and you blew the doors off of Florida and won the national championship. A year ago, you got run ruled in a midweek by Northwestern State. That weekend, you went out and you won 2 out of 3 against Tennessee. So don't waste it. Let this be a catalyst to maybe the wake-up call for this team, which has kind of been slumbering through the past week. And I get it. This is sort of a lull, right? You have all the emotion of opening weekend, and then you went and played the big weekend down in Jacksonville, and then you've got a 2-week lull where you're not going to play anybody of significance. It's just get through it to get to conference play, and LSU played like it in this last week, like they were going through the motions, and it showed. So maybe this is the wake-up call for them before they go into this weekend against Sacramento State, see if they can maybe be playing their best or better before they head to Nashville to take on Vandy to open up SEC play a week from Friday. All right, it's after further review. We're glad you're hanging out with us here. We'll let you hear more from Jay Johnson throughout the show today. Show Open Every Day is brought to you by Bud Light. Drink easy with the great taste of Bud Light, the official beer of AFR, the official beer of your Fighting Tigers, of LSU, official beer of the New Orleans Saints. Getting close to the NFL draft. You're always talking about the Saints anytime. Of course, the official beer of the Saints is Bud Light, and the official beer of the national champion baseball Tigers. If you're at the box, at your house, at your favorite grocer, retailer, whatever it is, make sure you grab plenty of delicious ice cold Bud Light. And when you're out shopping, make sure you look for it or ask for it by name, the officially licensed LSU National Championship aluminum bottles. The 16-ounce aluminum bottles with the national championship logo. The white bottle with the purple and gray tiger stripes. Can't miss them. Make sure you grab a couple of cases, right? Get one to drink and one as a keepsake. Bud Light. Drink easy with the great taste of Bud Light, the official beer of your Fighting Tigers of LSU. Okay, it's After Further Review, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. Newest location's open on Pico in Baton Rouge. You pass it right there if you're driving down I-10 between Highland and Seagan, right there at the new Pico exit. Can't miss it. Beautiful. Tell you more about it as we move throughout the show. Okay, y'all, let me knock out a quick break. Every Tuesday, we talk a little Cruton with our guy Shea Dixon. We'll do that next on AFR.
AFR.
No matter where you live, I want you to check out yourgoodwood.com, yourgoodwood.com, yourgoodwood.com. Remember, at Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness, they can do telemed. So even if you live outside of Baton Rouge, they can ship your medicine, your testosterone, your peptides, whatever it is, anywhere in the country. And remember, they've got the lowest prices and never any contracts. I'm going to say that again. Lowest prices, never any contracts. Lowest prices matter because in many respects, what we're talking about here are commodities, things that you can get anywhere. So you want to get it where you're going to get the best price and obviously never any contracts. And by the way, there are some men's clinics out there that charge membership fees. If you are currently getting your hormone replacement therapy, the hormones or the peptides at a clinic that charges you a membership fee, don't do that. Yourgoodwood.com, yourgoodwood.com.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
I'm Lawyer Locke Meredith. We are honored and humbled to receive from our clients in Google. Based on 5-star client reviews, the designation of our law firm is highly recommended. Whether you hire us at all, please give us a call, 272-5555. You have nothing to lose.
Hi, I'm Mitchell Meredith. Injuries happen when you least expect them to, making your life more complicated. At Locke Meredith Sean Fagan and Associates, we know this and we strive to help each of our clients during these times. Whether you hire us at all, give us a call at 272-5555.
Parrish Construction and Roofing. Trusted by champions, built for Louisiana.
Do business with someone you know. Parrish Construction and Roofing.
Parrish Construction and Roofing. ParrishBuilt.com.
Dr. Johnson, that's my guy. He gonna tell me when I need to do better. He gonna tell me when I need to slow down. And I trust him 100%. The medical care that I receive at LSU and with Our Lady of the Lake is top tier. I really trust what they telling me, and they keep me right.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental impact to help protect our planet. Together, we're fueling our energy future. Atmos Energy.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you.
After further review, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana.
I fired up the old Twitter machine a bit ago, and I saw five-star cornerback Joshua Dobson has this graphic. It says ticket punched. I'm like, oh, did he commit somewhere? No, he didn't. He didn't have his ticket punched to commit. He had his ticket punched for an official visit. Shea Dixon on 3, the Bengal Tiger. Good enough to join us. Shady, how are you, man?
I'm doing well. How are you, Matt?
I'm doing really well. Probably not as good as the LSU staff. Big deal, I would imagine, getting Dobson an official visit. What can you tell us about it?
Yeah, this is a guy who Corey Raymond has been on for pretty much this entire cycle. And it was John Meredith, the kid out of Texas, and Josh Dobson about a year ago that he honed in on. And I've probably mentioned it on the show before. I don't even know if they were ranked at the time. And Rivals updated our rankings this past week, and those two guys are the only 2 5-stars in the country. And everybody kind of thinks Meredith will stay in Texas. So he's really honed in on Dobson, and number 2 corner in the country, 5-star, top 10 overall prospect, already 6'1", plus probably in that 175 range. And he's a junior in high school, still has a year to go. So this is the big one to watch. And he's going to make obviously, you're the top-ranked corner like that. You're the who's who is recruiting you. So he's going to do a ton of official visits in March and April, because all of February was a dead period. So they couldn't go to any college campuses and meet with coaches. But do a bunch of visits. He will then give LSU his final visit in April. And when we had just talked to him over the weekend, he had not scheduled any official visits yet. He just said he was going to kind of whittle down the schools and go from there. Well, before before he even makes any visits, he goes ahead and locks in a summer official visit to LSU. He said he's going to commit before his senior year. And he was one of a handful of guys. Like, remember when Lane Kiffin got hired and then you got into January even, and that kind of small group of 2027 guys came into town after he kind of got Lamar Brown and all them signed and met him in person. Dobson and his family flew in from North Carolina. They were the one of probably two or three families that came in and met Lane Kiffin in that very small window, before the portal and or I guess after the portal and when they hit the road. And at the same time, Matt, they flew up to Charlotte and then drove to see him, Corey Raymond and Blake Baker. So this is your DJ Pickett. You're kind of going all in on the guy that you know would be more or less a 3-year starter for you.
Hey, Shea, it's interesting because LSU is going to have a late start to spring, right? They start March 24th. Some teams started this past weekend. So there's always recruits at practice. During spring, does the late spring calendar affect that LSU visitors at all, being that they are starting late?
It does in part. Yeah. One, I mean, I'm looking around on, as you said, you'd fired up the Twitter machine X earlier until the Dobson news. I fired it up, and Georgia and all these people are in spring ball. They've got recruits all over campus, and they're practicing. And LSU starts the 24th and runs to April 24th. So that's when they'll have 15 allotted practices, and they'll have guys in every single day. Whether it's out of state or in state, whether it's U High and Catholic kids or guys like Dobson who are just coming in to watch a spring practice. But it's kind of a funny gap we're in right now. It's an open period. It was just dead for a month. So they could have kids on campus, but they did in the past 2 days because the staff's just getting back and kind of honing in on the team and prepping for everything because they're about to take spring break. So Friday they leave and they won't be back till the following Sunday. So this is kind of your final chance to be around the players for a few days. And when spring break ends, you're kind of running right up a week or two out of spring ball. And that's when I think we'll see a wave of recruits start to come in. And then it just gets really heavy for those 15 spring practices.
Shea Dixon's with us on 3, the Bengal Tiger. At Shea Dixon is where you can get him. I think the other big thing, Shea, as we start to look at 2027, it's hard to believe you're putting 26 to bed, but you're looking ahead to 2027. Whenever you look at numbers, have we gotten any clarity as far as what they might be? There's 2 commits right now, right, with Jaden Bryan and Peyton Houston, but do we have any clarity about what the staff might be looking at for the 27 high school signees?
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to, right? Just look at what he did at Ole Miss when he was very much considered a portal-heavy coach, portal king, right? I mean, that's how he was building a lot of the 10-plus win teams at Ole Miss, was not just supplementing through the portal, but going out and getting the best players. And if they were starting over high school guys, so be it. But at the same time, no, you're not going to sign 40-plus guys from the portal every year, but just look back. Look, it was a coaching change just now. A couple of their guys flipped to LSU. They ended up getting a couple of guys into their class. Let's call it even. They signed 23. The year prior, he signed 23 again. The year prior to that, I think they were in that same 20-something range. And that was a stretch when Billy Glasscock was there kind of as a right-hand man as well. So I do think that they're not signing, 14 is what they went in that signing day stretch with, maybe ended with 17 by February's, but they'll be north of 20 high school signees each cycle. And I think that's almost a given, right? When you've got double-digit guys in Louisiana alone who are, rivals 300 prospects who have pretty much every SEC offer, and that's every cycle. So that takes up about half the group right there.
Shea Dixon on 3, the Bengal Tiger. Shea, a couple more for you here. This is also interesting because whenever the staff was hired, it was that Sunday, then Wednesday, like 72 hours later was signing day. So this is the first full cycle So we talk about numbers, they're going to go over 20, but do we know as far as priorities that they're going to place in their first full cycle at LSU?
I think obviously you're always addressing needs, and we saw it through the portal. And from everyone I talked to at Ole Miss, it was similar in recruiting. Is this staff, and certainly the offensive staff, which is what we got our first glimpse of, went after guys that they just felt fit their system. Now, look, Levitt and Longstreet and those guys are anybody would want them, but they were finding wide receivers that you and I had probably not heard of, Matt, before they popped up and committed to the Tigers. But they go out there, they do the evals, and they say, this is the kind of guy who fits this spot in our passing game or in our offense or this type of blocker at receiver. And we need 2 or 3 of those guys on roster, or 2 or 3 of these guys. And I think they'll do that in high school recruiting, right? But I'll take a step back here and say that in Lane's first year on the recruiting trail, again, you just referenced it. When he got here, he had like 72 hours to sign a class, but really keep, in large part, things together with Lamar Brown and Richard Anderson, the 2 5-stars who were the number 1 and 2 D linemen in the entire country on Rivals. And they go to high school on your campus, and an hour away at Edna Carr, right now the hottest high school team in the state. And they thought about waiting until February, and you didn't even have a D-line coach. And somehow Kiffin and a meeting with Billy Glasscock, I think it goes beyond NIL. And I believe what Lane said. It's not him. It's not NIL. It's not Frank Wilson. It's guys from Louisiana just want to play here. And when you sit down and you pitch kind of the importance of it to get it done, and let's get you in for spring ball and get you ready for a freshman year, where I think both those guys are going to play, that leaning on Louisiana is big. And you go right back to it. I think that there is no way Lane doesn't say, I want to protect the border again. And right now, look, your number one receiver in the country, but the number 1 player in Louisiana, Easton Royal, Everett Brother Martin, is committed to Sark. He's committed to Texas right now. A 5-star in Albert Simeon, who's the number 1 interior lineman. A lot of people think A&M lead for him. You're battling for an Ahmad Hudson, who is ranked as the number 1 tight end, a 5-star. Your kind of quarterback situation, we didn't have any drama there because it kind of got decided before this new staff arrived. The old staff had Peyton Houston, and you got me?
Yeah, sorry, Shea.
Oh, okay. Yeah. The quarterback, I think, could have brought us drama, right, Matt? But that was kind of already decided beforehand, and it appears they're sticking with it. But I'm just looking right now at the top 300 prospects. So, like, regardless of position, there's 12 of them in Louisiana, and I'm counting 8, 9 of them, not including like an Elijah Haven, who we all think is going to go to Bama, that are uncommitted and have an offer from this staff. So, more than anything else, I think Lane is going to want to say that in his first year, he put that fence up around Louisiana, and guys like Sark and other teams didn't come in and raid the state.
Shea, I wanted to ask about one more. It's interesting because, like, you mentioned, before you get out of here, I was going to ask. So, Easton Royal, this is in the Rivals updated rankings. Royal out of Brother Martin is 9th overall. Haven is 11. Hudson is 12. Simeon's 14. And then Zyron Forstall's 15. He's a Jesuit kid who's now at IMG. Shea, that's 5 of the top 15 from Louisiana, and that's not even counting Dobson, who we just talked about, who thinks might be an LSU lean. But you want to give some context on this class, at least where they rank right now, as far as just the top level talent in Louisiana? You seen anything quite like this?
I mean, it's got the top level talent. Remember, look, I mean, we just went through a cycle where you had the number 1 and 2 D linemen who are both 5-stars, and Lamar finishes the number 1 overall prospect in the country. So it was top heavy. It wasn't as deep. Mm-hmm. I mean, right now, the most recent Rivals update, right? Like, they've offered 2 running backs in Louisiana. One of them is Jade Miles, Catholic High, and he's been a top 20 running back nationally pretty much since he got his first offers and was ranked when he started playing at Catholic. But over in Franklin Parish in Winsboro, Trey Martin, a guy who visited the same day, kind of right when Lane Kiffin and them got hired, and they were able to visit in January, that Jade Miles did, Catholic's running back. He jumped all the way up to the number 10 running back in the country on the Rivals rankings this past week. So you've got guys like that who, on the industry rankings are not even top 25 running backs. And then rivals are saying, hey, look, we've got a closer look at all of his junior film. We got to see him in person again. And we looked at everybody else around the country. And Louisiana's got 2 guys who are top 20 running backs. One right now is ranked in the top 10. And we haven't even talked about him a ton. So it's a deep class to the point where I think that not just do you protect the home state to say you put the border up and no one got out, but you're getting a lot of good talent. A lot of good talent in this cycle.
He's Shea Dixon, On3, the Bengal Tiger, and, of course, part of the rivals on the recruiting side. Shea, we always appreciate it, man. Thanks for the time.
Yeah, tough to keep up with. A little bit of everything right now.
Good stuff, man. Thanks, Shea.
Bye, Matt.
All right, bud. It's after further review. Hey, we're brought to you by Parrish Construction Roofing. Was over at the office earlier today. We're counting down. Remember, you've got 17 days to get your roof inspection done. On the 20th, that's when we shut down the entries for our $25K giveaway. Someone is winning $25,000 cash from Parrish Construction and Roofing. You want to enter? It's easy. Go to parrishbuilt.com, parrishbuilt.com, parrishbuilt.com. You'll see it right there on the homepage. It'll pop up on the homepage, the $25K giveaway splash screen. There's a banner up there at the top. If you want to click that, it's simple. Just fill out your name, your address, contact. We'll be in touch with you. We'll schedule an inspection. Let us do a free, no-obligation roofing inspection. And boom, you're entered to win just like that. Someone's going to win $25,000. So the deadline to enter is the 20th. We're going to draw on AFR a week later on the 27th. So got to have the inspection done before we draw. So you're counting down the days. Make sure you go register now. Enter at parrishbuilt.com. Do business with someone you know. Parrish Construction and Roofing. All right, it's after further review. I got a quick break. We'll go around the SEC. Ross Dellinger was here yesterday, and the story he teased that was going to drop today with sort of an LSU Louisiana lean did, in fact, drop. It was pretty significant. It involves Governor Landry, LSU President Wade Roos, a whole lot of forward-thinking administrators around the college realm. I happen to disagree with them on this proposal, but we're going to talk about that as we continue. That's coming up in about 15 minutes. Don't you move. It's AFR.
After further review.
Agent225.com, agent225.com. Thinking about selling your home? Agent225.com for Darren James, the most user-friendly website on real estate from the #1 realtor in Louisiana. Not my opinion. It's Darren James. Wall Street Journal's listed the top 1% of realtors in America. This is on the transaction side, right? So the number of homes closed. How many times do you get to a closing table? No one in Louisiana sells more homes than Darren James. It's a fact. Not my opinion. It's a fact. Agent225.com, agent225.com, and it's all over the 225 in Greater Baton Rouge. My goodness, how about this gorgeous property that Darren just listed in Maurepas? Absolutely stunning. Waterfront views, beautiful pool out there as well. Pool that looks on to the Falls River. Check this out at agent225.com, agent225.com.
Think real estate, think Darren James.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
At Raising Cane's, we hand batter every chicken finger, mix every cane sauce, butter every Texas toast, stir every slaw, and salt every fry. Because when you do it right, you can taste it in every bite. Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love.
Trust isn't given, it's earned. Earned by showing up, putting in the work, the hours that nobody sees. I didn't get here on my own. I trust my coaches to lead, my teammates to step up, and when the game is on the line, Our Lady of the Lake to keep me healthy and on the court. Because it takes a champion to care for a champion. I trust the Lake.
From championship athletes to everyday champions, trusted care starts here.
When it comes to industrial construction, River Parish Contractors can do it all.
mechanical, structural, custom fabrication, specialized welding, and turnaround services. Strategically located in between Baton Rouge and New Orleans, we have the local team with the experience and commitment to safety to manage the most complex industrial projects. Period. Here's the deal. Partnering with us means your project is delivered on time, on budget, and most important, safely. River Parish Contractors, let's get building.
I'm lawyer Collins Locke Meredith. Among the most important factors to consider when you're hiring an injury attorney is trust. You trust your attorney will put your interest first, treat you with respect, fairness, and honesty. You trust them to be there for you when you need them. At Locke Meredith, Sean Fagan and Associates, thousands of clients have trusted us to represent them, and for good reasons. Please visit us at LockeMeredith.com to learn more, and whether you hire us at all, give us a call at 272-5555. You have nothing to lose.
After a decade of working in private duty nursing, I know how hard it can be to find compassionate care for the ones that you love the most. So I started Decision Critical, a premier concierge nursing agency, so we can take care of you wherever you are. Our highly skilled nurses provide exceptional care from the comfort of your own home with personalized packages for short-term, long-term, or even around-the-clock care. Visit us at decisioncriticalbr.com and give us a call today to get started.
Sometimes you ignore the signs, even when they're right in front of you. Problem gambling isn't always easy to spot.
After further review, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana.
I make a little room and she climbs on up. I open up a throttle and stir a little dust.
SEC has announced postseason all-conference team and awards for women's basketball. And how about it? Congrats to Flau'jae Johnson, first team All-SEC. Michaela Williams, first team All-SEC. Zakiya Johnson, freshman All-SEC. And what about Malaysia Fulwiley? The transfer coming in from South Carolina. Malaysia Fulwiley named the SEC sixth woman of the year. What a great addition she has been. If I could editorialize for a moment, both Michaela Williams and Malaysia Fulwiley are Parish Construction and Roofing NIL athletes, who are thrilled to partner with those two young ladies before this season started in an NIL deal. They were awesome to work with, and I am very, very proud of them and very happy for them. They were both outstanding representatives of LSU, great young ladies, and have had awesome seasons, and hopefully not done. And Kim Mulkey, just a week ago, spoke on what Malaysia Fulwiley has meant to this year's team.
She just has skills that you can't coach. You're either born with it, and she's so quick. I think a stat people don't realize, she's like 8th league in block shots, and she's definitely the shortest one to have that many block shots. So that just tells you not only does she have speed and leaping ability, she just plays with a flair and an excitement that pumps you up. And if you're on the floor with her, it makes you play even harder because you better move because she's going to be moving. Now, she may make some bad passes and do some things that might drive you crazy in the moment, but just give her a chance and she's going to make it up.
For whatever it's worth, ESPN and their latest bracketology, of course, have LSU as a regional host in Baton Rouge in Region 1. And as the host, they've got LSU as a 2 seed, taking on the 15 seed Eastern Kentucky. On the other half, in the Baton Rouge Regional, 7 seed NC State and 10 seed Fairfield. So March Madness is upon us. The ladies will take their turn at the SEC tournament. Next week, it'll be the guys' turn, and we're going to continue to keep an eye on the bracket and see if LSU can push their way onto that one line. Not necessarily an easy thing to do here. They'll very likely have a heavy lift there at the SEC women's basketball tournament, but solidly on the 2 line right now. We'll see if there is room for them to jump up in this next week with the SEC women's basketball tournament. But congrats to Flau'jae, to Michaela Williams, Zakiya, and Malaysia Fulwiley on their honors today from the SEC. It's After Further Review. We're brought to you by Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry, lmfj.com, lmfj.com for Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. Love telling you about them every single day, no matter what the occasion. Maybe you've got an anniversary coming up. Listen, a lot of people get married in the spring, meaning your anniversary's in the spring. Is your anniversary coming up? Guys, if you're not sure what to get her, maybe it's a milestone anniversary, go to Lee Michaels, where they specialize in the Lee Michaels experience. No matter your budget, they're going to have something that will thrill her and make you the hero. So thrill her with a gift in the red box from Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. 2 locations in Baton Rouge, Corporate Boulevard in Bocage. If you're going to have corporate toward Jefferson, it's on the right just before you get to Jefferson. Mall of Louisiana, Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Lafayette, Shreveport, and online at lmfj.com. lmfj.com for Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. All right, y'all, it is after further review. We're glad to have you hanging out with us here. We do it every day about this time. Let's go around the SEC.
Around the SEC, bringing you the biggest news from the nation's best conference. The Texas Longhorns.
Chip Brown reporting that the Longhorns have hired former Kentucky Wildcats head coach Mark Stoops as a special assistant to Steve Sarkisian. Stoops, of course, was there at Kentucky for 13 years in Lexington. Stoops likely going to work with Texas's defense under Will Muschamp, given his background, obviously, on the defensive side of the ball.
The Kentucky Wildcats.
Meanwhile, in Lexington, Mitch Barnhart is expected to announce his retirement as Kentucky's athletic director. He's held that post for 24 years in Lexington. He's expected to step down from that role and become a special assistant to Kentucky's president, Eli Capilouto, with about 6 months' notice here. Barnhart's also been chair of the SEC Athletic Directors since 2017.
The Florida Gators.
John Summerall has confirmed Florida will have a quarterback competition in 2026. Georgia Tech transfer Aaron Philo is expected to be the starter for Florida. However, Summerall, when he was on the Dooley Noted podcast with Pat Dooley, said that hadn't been determined, and Tramell Jones will likely be the biggest competition there for Philo coming in. Philo's a redshirt sophomore with 8 career appearances. He had been Haynes King's backup at Georgia Tech.
The Mississippi State Bulldogs.
And the Bulldogs are finalizing a deal with Philip Montgomery as the new wide receivers coach. He previously worked with Jeff Levy at Baylor. Last season, Montgomery was at Virginia Tech as the offensive coordinator and then eventually became the interim head coach. You might recall whenever Brent Pry was fired mid-season. Montgomery began his coaching career back in 1994 at Tarleton State, worked all across the state of Texas. All right, there you have it. That is Around the SEC Tuesday shows powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. Haven't seen it yet, man. If you traverse I-10, the new Sunshine location is open in Baton Rouge, right there at Picu. So the new Picu exit between Highland and Seguin, I'm telling you, you can't miss it. If you're driving I-10, I don't need to even tell you where it is off the Picu exit. Like, you will see it. Bunch of land is cleared. There's a big, giant, beautiful building with a huge Sunshine John Deere sign on it. You cannot miss it. Anyway, gorgeous. We're fired up for our friends over at Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. And next weekend, they'll be at the Outdoor Expo at Lamar Dixon with a bunch of great discounts that you'll only be able to get if you attend the event. So make sure you look for our friends over at Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. Okay, y'all. Let me knock out a break. So at the top of the hour, in about 17 minutes, we have new draft odds for Jeremiah Love, meaning the odds makers are projecting where Jeremiah Love is most likely to be selected. This is going to be very interesting for those who might be interested in Love ending up in New Orleans. We'll get to that in 17 minutes. When we come back, Ross Dellinger was here a day ago. He teased a story that was dropping today that had an LSU Louisiana angle. Well, he wasn't lying. Wade Roos was LSU's president, was at an event today, at a meeting today that is very significant for the future of collegiate athletics. Governor Jeff Landry is quoted in the story that Dellinger dropped today. I'll give you some details and reaction to it as we continue to wrap up hour number 1 next.
After further review.
We're brought to you by Duplessis Builders, duplessisbuilders.net. If you have ever thought about putting in a pool, I want you to start at the Duplessis Builders website. Now, the name of the website, the URL, not too complicated. It's duplessisbuilders.net. Pretty easy. Duplessisbuilders.net, duplessisbuilders.net. Go to the website because right there on the homepage, I want you to use this tool. It's so easy how they've designed it. When you go to duplessisbuilders.net, there's a tab. It says Pick Your Pool. Just click that. Now, you want to do a custom design of a resort-style pool with all the bells and whistles. They could do anything you want as high-end, big as you want. If you want something a little more scaled down, they have 11 different pool designs. Already there. You pick your design, whichever of the 11 you want, and then you can go pick your finishes, boom, 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 just right there on the website. DuplessisBuilders.net. It's so easy to get started. Do it today. Start dreaming about that new pool and then take action. DuplessisBuilders.net.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental impact to help protect our planet. Together, we're fueling our energy future. Atmos Energy.
Dr. Johnson, that's my guy. He gonna tell me when I need to do better. He gonna tell me when I need to slow down. And I trust him 100%. The medical care that I receive at LSU and with Our Lady of the Lake is top tier. I really trust what they telling me, and they keep me right.
Everything you need for a stunning garden is at the Plant Barn in Baton Rouge. From trees and shrubs to plants and pottery, the Plant Barn has it all at great prices. Visit us today on Valley Street, right off Perkins Road in South Downs.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
I'm Gabrielle McLeod on behalf of the Louisiana Propane Dealers. I have spent hundreds of hours preparing for scholarship competitions. That preparation paid off when I won the Fitness and Talent Awards along with the title of Miss Louisiana. The Louisiana Propane Dealers are also pretty talented and want you to be prepared for when the power goes out. Visit LouisianaPropane.com to find out about propane generators and other safety tips. Louisiana Propane, it truly is the fuel for our future.
Hi, I'm Mitchell Meredith. At Locke Meredith, Sean Fagan and Associates, we know each case and client are unique, and that no two cases are the same. But one thing remains constant, and that is our passion to help our clients. After an accident, we know your life has changed, which is why we passionately fight to make you and your family whole. Remember, whether you hire us at all, give us a call at 272-5555. We're here to serve you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Wall-to-wall TVs mean you'll see every touchdown in HD. Place your bets.
After further review, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana.
She's always staring at me while I'm chugging along. She likes the way it's pulling while we're tilling up a lane.
After further review, powered by Sunshine, your hometown.
Yep.
It's happening in Louisiana sports. You'll find it at louisianasports.net. From the New Orleans Saints and LSU to SEC rivalries, recruiting buzz, and sports betting headlines. We've got all the stories that matter. Check it out at louisianasports.net. And while you're there, support the businesses, support the team. Click the Our Partners tab today and discover more from the local legends backing your favorite shows on 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
You good?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Paul, is he going to snap? Are we good? You think he's all right? Muse, did you get, did the sunburn fry your brain?
The sunburn's pretty much all gone.
Well, it doesn't mean there's not a residual
effect. Because it wasn't really a sunburn. It was just a little redness. It was just a little redness.
Paulie, was that a sunburn?
That was a good sunburn.
Yeah, that was a good sunburn. Muse decided to go to a baseball game and not wear a hat. Just sit in the outfield and just wear it.
Wasn't in the outfield.
You're like, Are you beyond the bag at third base?
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you're in the outfield if you're beyond the dirt.
You're in the outfield. Muse just was like, in Forrest Gump, when Lieutenant Dan is like sitting at the mast of the ship during the hurricane, he's like, "You call this a storm?" Like, that's Muse at the Sun. He's just like, "Bring it, son! I'm not wearing a hat! Unapologetically relentless! I'll stare you in the face to death! Son!"
The hat wasn't.
Who needs a hat?
The hat wasn't the problem. The problem is I'm out of sunscreen. That was the problem.
You know what would have helped? You know what would have helped?
What would have helped? Some sunscreen.
Considering you didn't have sunscreen, you know what would have helped? A hat!
Yeah. There's a lot more.
You said half his face burned.
Yeah,
I think Paul's laughing at you, too.
This wouldn't call it a burn.
Okay. Also, so what Muse read there, that promo, is very true. A lot of people do ask a lot of times, "Hey, I hear you talk about that business," whatever it is. If you go to LouisianaSports.net, there's an Our Partners page. So all of the businesses that we endorse here, if you ever want links to them or wonder who they are, it's right there at LouisianaSports.net. Just hit the Our Partners page at the top. You see it. So Ross Dellinger was here yesterday and told us that he teased that he had a story coming today that involved LSU and Louisiana, and he was true. He was right. So Dellinger reported today that in Dallas, there's a meeting held among university trustees and wealthy donors, and there were 2 university presidents at this meeting. LSU President Wade Roos and TCU Chancellor Daniel Pullen attended the meeting. Louisiana Governor Jeff Landry commented on the record to Dellinger, saying this proposal is a, quote, common sense solution, end quote, to the financial instability. Now, what they're discussing and what Smash Sports is discussing, apparently, as they told Dellinger, is, and Smash Sports, by the way, they're an equity group, a private equity group, mainly of former TV executives, and they are proposing this new model that pools FBS television rights. So instead of the SEC having a TV deal and the Big Ten having a TV deal and the ACC having a TV deal and the Big 12 and so on, you take all of the FBS together and do a media rights deal for all of them collectively. The reason that this is interesting is, well, there's several things. Number one, there's disagreement on whether or not this is accurate. Like, and there have been different estimates of what pooling all the media rights would do. That's one. Two, the SEC and the Big Ten commissioners do not want this plan, because what this does is it drags the SEC and the Big Ten down and elevates everyone else. It basically levels the playing field, because instead of the SEC and Big Ten having their mega deals, which benefit their members, now everyone else is sort of feeding off of their teat. What would be a gigantic revenue boon for the SEC and the Big Ten is if the SEC and the Big Ten joined. If you had just those 2 leagues join and do their media rights. So, like, think of it realistically. What value does, I'm not going to use Louisiana schools because I don't want to get some of y'all mad at me. What value does UTEP bring to a media rights deal? 0. What value does Ohio U, Miami of Ohio, what value do any of those schools bring to a media rights deal? Like, what value does San Jose State add to LSU? 0. None. So if you're the SEC and the Big Ten, you don't want this. But you have the president of LSU at this meeting, effectively, and the governor endorsing it. And the reason is because they're focused more on the considerations of higher ed and the non-revenue sports. You and I, by and large, we care about football. Football team go win. How do you win? Make a lot of money, generate a lot of revenue, so you can pay your players, your roster, your coaches, have the best, and go win. They want that, and you have to, but they also, as academicians, have to make sure that it's what all these are. They're trying to make sure that they elevate everybody to be able to sustain the Olympic sports, the non-revenue sports, Title IX, et cetera. So it's different objectives with how to move forward through this. You know me, I am unapologetically a college sports elitist. I think everyone, like, you want new uniforms, go have a bake sale. Like, eat what you kill. Not everybody agrees with me, and that's okay, but that's where I stand on this. It'll be fascinating to see what happens as this progresses, but most notably is you have the president of an SEC institution at this meeting sort of in defiance of what the SEC wants. So how that transpires, stay tuned. Going to be interesting. Okay, SportsCenter's coming up. Jeremiah Love, Vegas odds on where he's going to be drafted. That's next.
AFR.
We're brought to you by Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. Windows, doors, siding, oh yeah. They do shutters too. It's Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. Tell you every day. Energy efficient replacement windows, beautiful entry doors, hardy plank vinyl siding, shutters, and now shades as well. Those indoor shades at Relief Windows are gorgeous. Same principle as we talk about the windows, where they'll measure twice, install once, everything's custom made. These roll-down shades are beautiful. If you've not seen them, go to the website, ReliefWindows.com, ReliefWindows.com. Hit the Shades tab at the top. You'll see images of these beautiful roll-down shades. It could control the lighting, make your home more energy efficient. Gorgeous if you want like blackout lighting during the day or the nighttime hours. Check them out. Beautiful accent piece. Now offering custom fabric roller shades at Relief Windows. ReliefWindows.com, ReliefWindows.com. Windows, doors, siding, shutters, and shades. Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
Jordan Faber here with some exciting news. Faber Automotive has officially arrived. We're proud to introduce your new hometown dealership, Faber Chevrolet GMC. That means more inventory, better deals, and the same great local team. Now backed by the trusted Faber family name. Whether you're shopping or servicing, you'll feel the difference from day one. Allow us the opportunity to earn your business.
Fabry Chevrolet GMC. Visit us in St. Francisville or online at FabryChevrolet.com.
I have no doubt that Our Lady of the Lake will keep me healthy. They make sure to do whatever they can in their power to make sure that we are 100%. They're constantly giving us resources, giving us advice on what to do. I think that just really helps us be the best players that we can be.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Championships are won with preparation, and so are great roofs.
The Tigers don't cut corners on the floor. Parish Construction and Roofing won't cut corners on your home either.
Do business with someone you know. Parish Construction and Roofing.
ParishGroup.com.
The Cane's Box Combo, a symphony of flavors. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Looking for cleaner energy? Propane is energy for everyone. And when you're cooking with clean, affordable propane, you're cooking with gas. In the wintertime, nothing heats a home like Louisiana propane. And when you need hot water, propane's got you covered. Oh, and you won't regret that propane generator when the power goes out. I'm Miss Louisiana, Gabrielle McLeod, and to find more information and to find a propane dealer near you, visit LouisianaPropane.com.
Flight by Yingling is raising the bar by crafting the next generation of light beer. With only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Flight by Yingling. Raise the bar.
Center.
I'm Christine Lisi. The Cardinals set to cut ties with quarterback Kyler Murray. They've informed the former number 1 overall pick they intend to release him on the first day of the new league year next Wednesday. Barring a trade between now and then, Arizona already owes him over $36 million in 2026. ESPN NFL analyst Chase Daniel.
The name and the team that comes to mind over and over again is the Minnesota Vikings, right? Kevin O'Connell, everything that they have, the stacked roster that they have. He is by far right now the best available free agent. He's the best available cut candidate. All these things, draftable guy. He would be my number 1 target really on any of these quarterback needy teams.
The Colts use the transition tag on quarterback Daniel Jones, gives them the right to match any competing offer sheet he may sign with an interested team. If he doesn't sign an offer sheet, he'll earn $37 million this season, guaranteed. The Jets franchise tag running back Breece Hall. He'll make $14 million if no long-term deals reach by mid-July. Defensive end Trey Hendrickson will also be an unrestricted free agent after not being tagged by the Bengals.
Hey, it's your resident Super Bowl champ, Chris Candy, coming on Wednesday after a huge win against the Spurs on Sunday. I'll tell you why the Knicks have another chance to prove me wrong against the Thunder. It's Unsportsmanlike, 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Raising Cane studio.
Let's ride!
Hour 2. Off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. I'm Matt.
You're a loser, Matt.
Shut up, kid. Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
And Mr. Toby Tomplin. All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there and make it a good one. Mike Triplett in 1 hour from right now. Talk some LSU baseball with Jared Mitchell next hour as well. We do have our post-combine mock draft roundup today.
Thank you.
Muse checked his email. Thank you, Muse. We'll get to that in a little bit. Coming out of the combine, maybe the biggest story for the New Orleans Saints was Jeremiah Love. He ran sub 4.4 in the 40. And, oh, by the way, Jeremiah Love, during the interview process, had this to say about how he would fit with the New Orleans Saints should they pick him.
I spoke with all the New Orleans Saints staff that was there. I feel like I fit in well anywhere. I feel like NFL or the coaches in the NFL have a plan for every player that they potentially want to draft. So, I'm blessed to go to the Saints. They'll find a way to use me like they did Alvin Kamara. So, just looking forward to go anywhere, blessed to go anywhere.
Okay. Saying all the right things, but they'd use me like they used Alvin Kamara, different coaching staff, but cool. Here's the problem for a lot of Saints fans who are sort of salivating over the idea of Jeremiah Love. And I'm not coming at you with this conversation from a perspective of someone who doesn't want the Saints to draft Love. You know where I stand on this. It's not an anti-Jeremiah Love thing. I just don't want to take a running back in the top 10 with the 8th pick. You can get value running back elsewhere. You know how I feel about it. It's not a Jeremiah Love thing. It's a running back at 8 overall thing. Well, the Saints may not actually have that decision to make. Louis Riddick, who was spot on, by the way, about Tyler Shuck a year ago, major hat tip and flowers to Louis Riddick. Louis Riddick thinks that, he said this on the Dan Patrick Show Monday, that Jeremiah Love may not even be on the board when the Saints pick.
Could Tennessee wind up taking him? Could Arizona wind up taking him? Could the Giants at 5 for sure wind up taking him? I absolutely think so. I absolutely think that he may not get past the Giants at 5. Look, they saw what they gave up. And I understand why they thought they maybe needed to give this up, meaning let Saquon go. But they saw the difference that he can make. They saw the difference that he can make. Now, obviously, you need to make sure Saquon went to the perfect place with the perfect offensive line at that time. But Jeremiah is different. And I know for a fact, as I hear it all the time, it's what every head coach is after. We need guys who can win games on one play.
It is worth noting that he even corrected himself there, talking about Saquon going to the place with the great offensive line, of course, that being the Philadelphia Eagles. Yes, it's much easier to run for not saying it's easy. It's easier to run for 2,000 yards when you have arguably the best offensive line in football blocking for you. He mentioned another team there, though, that super interesting because Vegas agrees. Coming out of the combine, the Titans, who have the 4th pick right now, are the betting favorite to land Jeremiah Love with the 4th overall pick. That would be a big investment, no doubt, 4th overall. But last year you took Cam Ward. You got what you think might be your franchise quarterback. Jury's out. This would be a complimentary piece there. And Love was massively impressive at the combine. Man, he ran a 4.36, as we all know. At Notre Dame this past year, nearly 1,400 rushing yards, 18 touchdowns. He's awesome. For what it's worth, the next best odds to take Jeremiah Love, not New Orleans, it's the Commanders at 7. So the betting markets, and by the way, remember, there's very little betting value in the draft because the odds makers know their intel is so good by the time you get to the draft, they know what's going to happen. Overwhelming. It's not to say there's never a surprise. It's just to say overwhelmingly there's little value because like Fernando Mendoza right now, we know is going first overall. So there's no value and it's probably not even on the board anywhere. Titans, Commanders at 7. The Saints have the 8th pick, as you know, but the next best odds, not the Saints, it's the Chiefs at 9. And then the Saints at 8th. The Saints have the 4th best odds to take Jeremiah Love, meaning as of now, and things could change between now and the draft, the odds are not in favor of the New Orleans Saints taking Jeremiah Love, in large part because 2 of the teams with better odds to take Love than Saints draft ahead of the Saints. And you heard Louis Riddick in the cut we just played talk about the Giants who pick 5th. That would be 3 teams potentially who have a pick ahead of New Orleans that might be in line to take Jeremiah Love. All that to say, Love going to the combine and running 4.36 basically may have put him ahead of the Saints' opportunity to draft him unless they want to trade up, which I wouldn't put past Mickey Loomis because that's how he approaches the draft. He said it so many times. They don't trade back. They identify a player they want. They're aggressive, and they go get him. They don't let the draft come to them. They go aggressively pursue the players that they want. And that's both worked at times, and they've missed at times, very, very notably. Marcus Davenport. So if Jeremiah Love isn't the option, I think you're clearly looking at a couple of alternatives. One would be, is there another running back later in the draft that you covet that could make sense? And 2, is there somebody in free agency that could be available? Well, a couple of those dominoes fell today. The Jets have announced they will franchise tag Breece Hall. So Breece Hall will play under the franchise tag in 2026 at $14 million unless the Jets and Hall agree to a long-term deal. All that to say, Breece Hall will not be hitting unrestricted free agency. He will play for the Jets under the franchise tag, or they will sign him to a long-term deal. That's effectively where it is right now. The other one that's interesting today is Kenneth Walker, who we know was just named the Super Bowl MVP and is a former second-round pick. Well, Seattle is not going to franchise Kenneth Walker. And You can have whatever conversation you want about whether they should or shouldn't. I don't really care. I don't cover Seattle. I don't like Seattle. I don't care what Seattle does so long as it affects the New Orleans Saints. If you look at, again, I just told you, the franchise tag number for a running back is $14 million. If you look at Spotrac, as we reference here often, they put the market value for Kenneth Walker, and I love this tool that they have on their site. They put the market value for Kenneth Walker at $9 million, his average annual salary. So they are projecting a 4-year, $36 million contract for Kenneth Walker. So I'd present it to you this way. And obviously 4 years, $36 million thereabouts that $9 million figure is dramatically less than the $14 million you'd have to pay if you franchise tagged him. So would you want to look at a 25-year-old running back, give him a 4-year, $36 million deal, thereabouts, average of $9 million per, very palatable, or go into the draft with a top 10 pick on a running back that's a bit of a crapshoot? For me, this is pretty easy. Now, I'm not telling you that Walker's going to hit free agency, that the Saints would be interested, that he'd sign. I'm just trying to illustrate what options are out there to contrast what we continue to talk about with the Jeremiah Love tunnel vision. You see, with Kenneth Walker, you're talking about a guy that is, at this point in his career, 25 years old, still very much in his prime. We know that he has been healthy throughout his NFL career. He missed weeks 17 and 18 in 2024 with an ankle injury. That's it. He has been healthy. He has been durable. He has been available. He has been productive. He would be relatively affordable, especially for a high-performing running back who's been on a championship team. If you give me 25-year-old Kenneth Walker or draft Jeremiah Love with the 8th overall pick, I'm not telling you that Walker is going to have a better career than Love. What I'm telling you is you're eliminating a variable of the unknown because you don't know if Jeremiah Love is actually going to perform well and have a great NFL career. Trent Richardson was the former number 3 overall pick. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen with Jeremiah Love. I'm just saying there's always uncertainty with the draft. With Walker, you know what he is as an NFL player already. And he would be available, and that would free you up at number 8 to take a player at a position of great need. I look at a situation like this and say, man, if it's Kenneth Walker, if it's Gainwell from Pittsburgh, or from Pittsburgh, formerly Philly, now Pittsburgh, look at some of the free agent runners that we've talked about here over the past few weeks, and it just illustrates the options, the decisions the Saints will have at their disposal, especially if you don't think Jeremiah Love is going to be there at 8, which, judging by all of this data, it's suggesting there's a good chance you won't have the opportunity to draft Jeremiah Love at 8, unless you want to give up more assets to move up to get him. And now that's something I think that is really not palatable. If you're moving up inside the top 10 and giving up future 1s or 2s to move up in the top 10 to go get a guy like Jeremiah Love. Saints may have their hand forced, and it's a decision that I'd be in favor of. All right, it's after further review. We're glad to have you hanging out with us here. We are brought to you by First South Farm Credit. FirstSouthLand.com. FirstSouthLand.com. Thinking of buying land, your first call should be to First South Farm Credit. You hear the commercials with our guy David DeLucci, who was here with us yesterday when he was playing baseball in the pros. Whenever he was in the offseason, when he was home, where was he? In his deer stand. Where did he buy his land? First South Farm Credit. Ben McDonald, former first overall pick. When it came time to buy his hunting property, who did Ben McDonald call? Well, the first overall pick, his first call was First South Farm Credit. And your first call should be as well. If it's recreational property for hunting, if it's that 100 acres, 1,000 acres, whatever it may be, to build your family's dream home, maybe you want that acreage for agriculture, or maybe you want that property in Colorado or Wyoming or Idaho or Montana. Doesn't matter. First South Farm Credit can help finance land anywhere in the lower 48. If you're thinking of buying land, your first call should be to First South Farm Credit. FirstSouthLand.com. FirstSouthLand.com. Okay, y'all, it is after further review. Not got a quick break. Baseball Tigers took it on the chin last night. Embarrassing loss to Northeastern. Jay Johnson talked about the loss and what's ahead now, managing this team after a really lackluster week. We'll get into some of what Jay had to say. Also, Will Clapp, now you probably have heard, he's announced his future plans now that he's retired, and he's not going far. Excited to talk about that when we come back. We're glad you're here. It's AFR.
AFR.
We're brought to you by the Watermark in the Renaissance, Watermark Downtown, Renaissance Southtown. Of course, we always tell you if you've got an event coming up, I want you to think about Watermark and Renaissance. Your Renaissance is right there in Bluebonnet. They call it Southtown, right near I-10. So you exit Bluebonnet, heading toward Perkins. It's right there on the right. Beautiful, sprawling hotel with all the meeting space. The grand ballroom can host up to 500 people. It doesn't matter if you want to have a board meeting. Maybe your business is looking for a little retreat getaway. Well, you can do a whole board meeting there at Renaissance Baton Rouge. I mean, they have the beautiful pool area, workout facility, Tallulah there inside Renaissance Baton Rouge, board meetings for 12 people. As I mentioned, the grand ballroom up to 500. Whatever event you're having, a wedding reception, an award ceremony, fundraiser, they're in the business of saying yes. So contact Allison Crump, a friend over there today, at Renaissance Baton Rouge.
Who bears the standard? Who sets the bar? It's not those satisfied by low-hanging fruit or by taking it easy. No, the standard is set by the best of us, by those who work hard. Dig deeper. Give more. At Sunshine, we're proud to provide John Deere products that work hard for you, the standard bearers. Find the dealer nearest you at sunequip.com.
If your office is experiencing performance issues like slow networks, jammed printers, or disappearing files, Advanced Office Systems may be right for you. With powerful IT solutions, print management, document imaging, and security systems, they help offices regain confidence naturally. Side effects may include uncontrollable efficiency, smoother workflows, and a sudden burst of office joy. Say goodbye to those emotional breakdowns in the supply closet and get back on track with Advanced Office Systems.
Looking for cleaner energy? Propane is energy for everyone. And when you're cooking with clean, affordable propane, you're cooking with gas. In the wintertime, nothing heats a home like Louisiana propane. And when you need hot water, propane's got you covered. Oh, and you won't regret that propane generator when the power goes out. I'm Miss Louisiana, Gabrielle McLeod, and to find more information and to find a propane dealer near you, visit louisianapropane.com.
Sometimes you ignore the signs, even when they're right in front of you. Problem gambling isn't always easy to spot. Know the signs, set your limit. Learn more about healthy gambling habits by visiting us online or text or call for free, confidential help now.
Transform your living space with Lacoste & Young Remodeling and take your home from outdated to outstanding. Redefine your kitchen for the ultimate culinary experience or elevate your daily routine with a spa-worthy bathroom retreat. Our skilled team brings 3D modeling to life to ensure your vision becomes a reality. We believe luxury should be accessible and offer tailored solutions to fit your budget without compromising quality. So contact us today for a free estimate. Lacoste & Young Remodeling, providing perfect solutions for your dream home.
Further review, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana.
She thinks my tractor's sexy. It really turns her on.
Here's the 2-2, and there's a
Get out of
drive
here,
to
ball.
left. It is way back. Left fielder at the fence, going to watch it sail out of here.
That's beautiful.
I told you he's a good guy to root for.
That is beautiful.
It's probably more of an indication of how important mindset is in baseball. And, the term I use is when you have psychological freedom, to play the game, competitively and freely. I mean, Eddie Ammon wasn't worried about a batting average, wasn't worried about anything. He was up there trying to take a great at bat, and he did. And I'm proud of him for that. And he just missed that pitch in the 9th inning, too, off a guy that's got a really good arm. Daniel Harden put together good at bats. It was good to see, those freshmen just compete, and that's what we want them to do. We want the whole team to do that. And, hopefully that's what lands on all of the players to help them.
Not a landmark day in the history of Fighting Tiger baseball program with LSU losing to Northeastern. Really good program. Congrats to Mike Glavin and Northeastern on their win. I mean, it's, as you've heard it said a bunch. I mean, they won 49 games a year ago. They lost their whole rotation, and a bunch from that team from a year ago. But still a good program. They've been a really good program in the CAA. And they came in. They were ready to play. Some have asked, hey, do you think LSU is fatigued 4 games in 4 days? I'm like, Northeastern was playing their 4th game in as many days. Like, they didn't look fatigued. Maybe the whole, what was it, 13 games in 18 days or whatever it has been since the start of the season. It's been a lot. It has. I think, I don't know necessarily that this is excuse making. I think it could certainly be an explanation where this is the part of, I think Hunt even wrote this over at LouisianaSports.net. I think he's right. You're at the part of the season that's just a bit of a lull. You have the hype around opening weekend, and then the second weekend you go down to Jacksonville in the Jax Classic, so you're elevated because you're on the road for the first time. You're playing some good opponents. And then you come home, and you got 2 weeks to the start of SEC play, and you play a bunch of directional schools, and you're expected to win, and there's just a little bit of a come down. LSU lost. When did last year they lost to Omaha? I mean, it happens. Don't get me wrong. Like, the way they played, indefensible. I mean, they were awful. And Jay's right. Mindset. Look at what happened when the younger guys who are they're talented enough to be on the LSU roster, they went in and played really well. I'll be curious to see what, if any, changes he makes with this game against the Cajuns on Wednesday over there on the road, because I normally look at those as a really good opportunity to play in front of somebody else's fans and sort of mimic and mirror what you're going to see when you go on the road in conference. So I would like to see guys like Seth Dardar go get ABs in front of someone else's fans in York and Caraway. I mean, look, those guys have played a lot of baseball at the Power 4 level, but not at LSU. And so, yeah, go feel that, see what that's like. But I'd also be really interested to see if he does, you give them an opportunity. You know what's interesting though? Whenever so I do the Locked on LSU podcast, as many of you know. If you don't, I'd appreciate a sub podcast or YouTube, Locked on LSU. So we do post game and after the baseball games, after football too. But anyway, and so I had the whole like thumbnail done and the title and description. Views is not in his head. I'm just sitting there going like, had the stream ready to fire up. It's like they're in the 7th and they're down 13-2. It's like Northeastern run rules LSU. You get the whole thing done, and then I'll be damned if they don't go score. I'm like, if there's ever a reason why you want your team to get run ruled, that was it. Instead, it was another hour and a half before I got to fire up the stream, man.
I changed the score probably about 8 times for every additional run that LSU tacked on. Like I just had it all ready, set to go. And, then they played for 4 hours. And I was like, oh, man.
And that was a day yesterday where you had to do OTB and AFR.
Yeah.
So you had an early morning and a late night.
And old Jay and Mike Glavin just kept challenging everything. And I'm like, guys.
Oh, my God.
Come on. I love the competitive spirit.
What was the one, Jay? Oh, in the 9th, the play at second. There was a ground out at second.
That was just like, I think I even tweeted. I said, please no more challenges. Like,
there's a forced play at second.
Come on, man.
That was like,
I mean,
the whole you can't take him with you. In this instance, you should take it with you.
You should just take him with you.
Take it with you.
Like, I mean, poor Lynn and Ronnie are just talking about the snacks in the umpire room at one point.
They really sold that umpire room.
They did, though, man. I'm not going to lie.
Lynn also, this was one of those games where it was so bad that Lynn started, and I love Lynn Rollins, bro. This is not in any way a criticism. It's just a statement of fact if you're watching the game. He's complimenting the strike zone.
Yeah.
Whenever they're talking about, who was it, Gregson, who was behind the plate, and he just ate one right off the mask. I think Aaron Beatty was expecting a breaking ball. Whoever the pitcher was, I don't remember who it was. It didn't matter. Maybe it's Fontenot. And threw a fastball, and so it was just unimpeded. Didn't go off the glove. I mean, it was just fastball straight to the mask, and so the umpire just ate a 95-mile-an-hour fastball right off his face. And so then as they're killing time, Lynn's like commending him for getting beat up, and he's like, but that strike zone has been so consistent. Like, we're at that point of the night where we are commending the man who just got plunked right in the face on his strike zone in this absolute atrocity of a baseball game. And it was an atrocity of a baseball game.
Mm-hmm.
But those happen over the course of 56. Tigers will try, see if they can do better on Wednesday when they head to Lafayette, take on the Cajuns. They'll need to focus in, certainly. ULL lost their first couple games. They've won 9 of 10 since. The other thing that, if you are looking for something notable, that I do think it's time we start to look and say, okay, that's got to get better. It's early, and I'm not overreacting to it, but it's got to improve. Cooper Williams was really good in the first, and then he just fell apart in the second. And some of it was, like we talked about, the first hitter of the second inning, it was a tapper to second base, and Pearson was playing first. Instead of going to cover the bag, he ranged over in front of Dardar. Williams was late to cover, but to be very clear, go back and watch it. That's a play. Pearson's got to go cover first base. That's a grounder. That's Dardar's ball. And maybe Williams is out of it there. But Williams and Zach Cowan both really struggled in that game. And, Jay was asked about afterwards the slow starts of both of those guys.
If I simplified it to one thing there, I just think he's missing over the middle of the plate and he's gotten hit. That's about all I can come up with. But it's important to those guys, and, we do need them to be the best that they can be in a capacity to help this team. And I believe if they are, they will and they can. And I believe that'll happen. But I think they've missed over the plate a little bit more than they did a year ago.
And make no mistake, LSU needs those two guys to be really good. Zach Cowan was outstanding at the back of ball games a year ago. And Cooper Williams is possibly your best left-handed option out of the bullpen. Look, Santiago Garcia came here from Oregon with the idea of being a situational left-handed reliever. But Cooper Williams is, 6'9" and throws mid-upper 90s? Like, that guy, you need him to be awesome. And he has not been so far this year. Cooper Williams is sitting there with a 6.75 ERA. In 5 1/3, he's allowed 7 runs. He's walked 2. He's given up a homer. And Cowan, his ERA is ballooned to 13.5. I mean, 6 runs and 4 innings pitched. I mean, it's just, he's not missing bats. And that's uncommon because last year, the thing Cowan did so well with that changeup was stay low in the zone, he'd miss bats or induce weak contact. And he just has not been able to do that this year. And he's had 4 appearances on the season. I had it in front of me. I think he's had 4 appearances on the season. Yeah. So it's early. I'm not hitting the panic button. But those are 2 guys you are going to need to pitch key innings for you throughout the course of conference play. Hopefully they can get it together. Oh, by the way, thank you. So Michelle Southern texted me. So the game tomorrow is on 100.7 The Tiger, not on Eagle 98.1. Eagle will have the Matt McMahon show. So the Matt McMahon Coaches Show will be on Eagle 98.1. Baseball game tomorrow, if you're looking for it on radio, will be on 100.7 The Tiger, part of the LSU Sports Radio Network. So if you're not familiar, I don't mind like giving you a peek behind the curtain. So the way that it's determined which sport goes on which station, whichever sport is the current in season, the first in season gets precedent for Eagle, and then it goes on down the list. So for example, like during football season, obviously basketball starts in October, November. When football's on, basketball goes to 100.7 The Tiger. When basketball season is on and then baseball starts, if basketball has a game, basketball's on Eagle and then baseball goes to Tiger. So tomorrow with the Matt McMahon show being on Eagle 98.1, baseball goes to 100.7 The Tiger. So to help us spread the word, if you're in the Greater Baton Rouge area on Wednesday and you're looking for the baseball game on radio, it will not be on 98.1. It'll be on 100.7 The Tiger. But we actually talked about this today, that have a plan to make sure on our socials we're putting that out there because there are changes this time of year with so many events. We'll put it on our socials every day so you know where you can catch and on what affiliate, on what station you can catch each of the game. All right, it's After Further Review brought to you by Evamore, EVAMOR, Evamore.com. Drink Evamore. Speaking of Michelle Southern, she actually texted me a picture earlier today of her drinking Evamore. And I got my bottle right here. Went into the grocery store. Rouse's has it. Find your local retailer. Bought the 4-pack of the 64-ounce bottles. Drink a couple of them a day. Healthier alternative, natural artesian water. As they say, source matters, and this is a Louisiana product. Ancient underground aquifers. It never touches air until you uncap it and take that first delicious all-natural sip. It's Evamore. Drink it side by side with something else. Find out for yourself. EVAMOR, Evamore.com. Evamore.com. All right, y'all. It's After Further Review. Tuesday show is powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. We'll knock out a quick break. When we come back, Will Clapp has his future plans set, at least his immediate future, now that he's announced his retirement. I'm fired up for him. And we got our mock draft roundup, as promised. Just 24 hours in the making. Stay with us here at AFR.
AFR.
Get Gordon and get it done. Gordon McKernan, injury attorneys. You've been injured in an accident, not your fault. You know what to do. Do what injured people in our state have done for 3 decades. Get Gordon and get it done. Go to getgordon.com, getgordon.com, getgordon.com. All different types of accidents. Yes, you know them for car accidents or big truck wrecks. You've seen the billboards and you've seen the commercials with Gordon for years where he's standing on the big rig. But workers' comp, slip and fall, offshore, maritime, any type of accident. You've been injured. It's not your fault. You could be entitled to damages to help you get back to your life and your way of life. And Gordon and his team are experts. They've recovered billions of dollars for their clients. They can help you as well. Don't go it alone. If you've been injured in an accident and it's not your fault, do what injured people in our state have done for 3 decades. Go to getgordon.com, getgordon.com, get Gordon and get it done.
Transform your living space with Lacoste & Young Remodeling and take your home from outdated to outstanding. Redefine your kitchen for the ultimate culinary experience or elevate your daily routine with a spa-worthy bathroom retreat. Our skilled team brings 3D modeling to life to ensure your vision becomes a reality. We believe luxury should be accessible and offer tailored solutions to fit your budget without compromising quality. So contact us today for a free estimate. Lacoste & Young Remodeling, providing perfect solutions for your dream home.
Lockmeyer to Sean Fagan and Associates has won for our clients over $175 million over the decades, but our greatest success is our clients who have chosen and trusted us to help them. Whether you hire us at all, give us a call. You've got nothing to lose.
Hi, I'm Sean Fagan. If you get injured, you could be staring at medical bills, repair costs, and lost income. Life can be turned upside down. At Lockmeyer to Sean Fagan and Associates, we'll work to turn your world right side up. Hire us, and like thousands of our clients, you'll be glad you did.
Looking for cleaner energy? Propane is energy for everyone. Propane water heaters are very cost efficient, and the savings are even greater with a tankless propane water heater. We all know that Louisiana propane is a safe and environmentally friendly fuel. So why not go green while you save some green? I'm Miss Louisiana, Gabrielle McLeod, and for more information, visit louisianapropane.com.
If your office is experiencing performance issues like slow networks, jammed printers, or disappearing files, Advanced Office Systems may be right for you. With powerful IT solutions, print management, document imaging, and security systems, they help offices regain confidence naturally. Side effects may include uncontrollable efficiency, smoother workflows, and a sudden burst of office joy. Say goodbye to those emotional breakdowns in the supply closet and get back on track with Advanced Office Systems.
Dr. Johnson, that's my guy. He gonna tell me when I need to do better. He gonna tell me when I need to slow down. And I trust him 100%. The medical care that I receive at LSU and with Our Lady of the Lake is top tier. I really trust what they telling me, and they keep me right.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right.
After further review, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana.
Well, she ain't into cars or pickup trucks, but if it runs like a deer, man, her eyes light up. She thinks my tractor's sexy. It really turns her on.
Big shout out Will Clapp. Late last week, Clapp announced his retirement from the NFL. What a run he had, as we talked about, from New Orleans. Brother Martin goes to LSU, two-time first-team All-SEC, drafted by the Saints, makes the team, carves out a career for nearly a decade. Saints, Chargers, Bills, back to the Saints. It was unfortunate that Clapp's career ended with the injury in the first preseason game this year with that Liz Frank, but he gets to retire a New Orleans Saint, and now the New Orleans Saints have announced Will Clapp is a new offensive assistant. So congrats to Will Clapp. He'll still hang around the Saints, hang around the organization. You know, one of the things that I recall, Musa, I just thought is, I may have a good pull this audio. When we talked to Will, when he came back, to the Saints, remember, he was in L.A., the Chargers, with Kellen Moore. And so we talked to Will back, I think it had to be in the summer, whenever he signed with the Saints. And he talked about being a veteran player and helping the younger guys, kind of being a coach on the field, even with the injury and everything. So this makes so much sense for a guy that was kind of an on-field coach anyway, a coach in the locker room as a veteran, to sort of transition right into this role. I don't know that I could think of anything better. A guy that knows the game, super high football IQ, loved by his teammates, respected as well, knows, obviously, Kellen Moore has since his time with the Chargers and now back in New Orleans. And remember, Jari Evans had been in that role, and Jari left and took a job with Mike McCarthy's staff in Pittsburgh. Of course, McCarthy had Jari when Jari left New Orleans, went and played under McCarthy in Green Bay, and now is coaching under McCarthy in Pittsburgh. So you had an opening for an assistant, an offensive assistant there to help with the offensive line, and Will Clapp can seamlessly step into that role. So congrats to Will Clapp. Fired up for him, and he's one of those dudes that deserves all the good things. Deserves all the good things in life, so I'm happy for him. That's going to be great. All right, it's after further review. Now, we're glad to have you hanging out with us here. I always love telling you about Our Lady of the Lake, championship health partner of LSU Athletics, OLOLRMC.com/LSU, OLOLRMC.com/LSU. Our Lady of the Lake and LSU, as we say, together we roar. You can always go to the website if you want to learn more, OLOLRMC.com/LSU. And you can see more and learn more about the Championship Health Partnership. And love to tell you, man, because all the we've told you about the great NIL deals and NIL partnerships with the Lake and the LSU Tigers as the championship health partner. And now, as we transition sort of out of football season or from basketball season into baseball season, you're going to see so much about the great championship partners and the NIL athletes that LSU has, from Monster Milam and Chris Stanfield and so many great Tigers. And they trust Derek Curiel. They trust Our Lady of the Lake with their health and keeping them in the game, as do you and I and everyday champions. Case and Evans. Love telling you much more about the baseball Tigers trusting Our Lady of the Lake. Championship health partner of LSU Athletics, OLOLRMC.com/LSU. Our Lady of the Lake and LSU, together we roar. Okay, hit me with some NFL music, Muse. It's been a minute since we've gotten to do this. Normally reserved for our, do we play this on What to Watch or What We Learned? When do we do this one?
I believe this is What to Watch.
Okay. Yeah, I think you're right. Oh, it's 4:40. Hey, Paul, you think Muse is going to be all right for this one? Is he just zoning out over there? Oh, you forgot to turn on your mic.
No.
I think that just
good start here.
I think that just gave us the answer, didn't it, Paulie?
He's a little zoned out already.
Push the wrong button. Muse, it's the one.
It's there.
It's that one right there.
I turned mine on instead. They're right next to each other.
No doubt.
I mean, they're right there.
I get it. Just you were thinking hit the one in the middle. No, seen multiple.
No.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, no. 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 Just yakking on a bone.
Nosing through the trash.
He got it up. Combine was last week. And so I asked Muse to scour the interwebs and put together a post-combine consensus mock draft. What are the experts saying about who the New Orleans Saints might select with the 8th overall pick? For what it's worth, Jordan Reed over at ESPN has today a 2-round mock draft. I don't think you included this one, did you? I don't see it on there.
No, it's there. I just included pick 8. I thought we were going to do just 8. So actually, it was the first one.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, it's the first one that I put on there.
So Reed has the Saints at 8, taking Jeremiah Love. And then I actually love this in round 2. So the Saints have the 8th pick overall. And then in round 2, they have pick 42 overall. And he's got him taking Jeremy Bernard from Alabama. And the Saints obviously are in the market for a wide receiver. And this is one of those things where I could very, 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 very much get on board with the Saints taking best available at 8 if Tate or Tyson aren't on the board, or if they have injury concerns with Tyson and so they bump him down a little bit if Tate's already gone. Like, I don't think you need to force it with a wide receiver at 8, because I think there's great value at receiver in this draft. Like, you might be able to pop a Jeremy Bernard at 42. I'm not saying it has to be Bernard, but I mean, just when you look at some of the other receivers that are sort of projected around that spot, I mean, Denzel Boston from Washington, he has going early in round 2. Even after the Saints pick, later in the draft, he in round 2, there's another one in here that I wanted to get to. I'm trying to scroll and find it now. Chris Brazzell from Tennessee, who lit up the clock. Malachi Fields from Notre Dame. Skylar Bell, I don't know much about, from UConn, is on there. A couple of the Indiana wide receivers you might see late round 1, early round 2. Casey Concepcion, does he jump into the end of round 1, or is he a round 2 guy? All that I think is going to be really interesting to see. So I'm looking best available for the Saints at 8 because they need a lot. Doesn't have to be a receiver. It'd be great if it is, but I don't want to see Jeremiah Love. But anyway, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the 8 mock drafts that Muse went and found. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the 8 had the New Orleans Saints taking Jeremiah Love. They're Jordan Reed from ESPN, Trevor Sikkema from Pro Football Focus, Ryan Wilson from CBS, Lance Zierlein at NFL Media, and the Draft Network. That's probably going to be the most common mock draft selection. And Ross Jackson over at Louisiana Sports.net. Thanks for including that one, Muse. Support the home team, huh?
Oops. Forgot that one.
Come on, man. Ross Jackson's mock draft is live at LouisianaSports.net. By the way, it's a Saints 7-round mock.
And it's free.
Always free. No paywalls. LouisianaSports.net. Bookmark it today, please. Just go to the website and just start clicking on things. Please. Just click and click and click. And stay on pages for a long time and then click more pages and just help us out. So it's interesting outside of Love who the other picks were. Nate Tice and Charles McDonald at Yahoo pick Carnell Tate. It'd be interesting to see if Tate does fall to 8. Now, if Tate falls to 8, we know the Saints are taking. I mean, they'll run the card. I mean, a wide receiver from Ohio State, Mickey might leave New Orleans, go to Pittsburgh, and sprint the card up to the commissioner. Could happen that way. Might write it in his own handwriting.
Probably, yeah. How's the relative athletic score? Do we know yet, or this finalized from the combine?
Does it matter?
It can only sweeten the deal.
I mean, the importance of the relative athletic score when we're talking about Ohio State wide receivers in the game.
Yeah.
Or any player from Ohio State. Nate Davis also with Carnell Tate. And the most interesting one on here is David Bailey. Justin Mello of SI is the Saints taking David Bailey. Wouldn't hate it. The Saints could certainly use defensive front 7 help. Inside, outside, or at linebacker. Interior defensive line is what I mean. Edge or at linebacker. I think the question is, the question will normally be, would you take a defensive tackle or an off-the-ball linebacker at 8? In this situation, I go, if it's the best player on your board, you take him because you need help in a lot of different places. But so much of it will be determined by what the Saints do in free agency before they ever get to the draft. But a lot of people projecting the Saints take Jeremiah Love, but as we mentioned a bit ago, the betting favorite for Jeremiah Love is 4 overall to the Tennessee Titans. So little mock draft roundup there coming out of the combine. Next up, of course, pro days and then top 30 visits. So we'll have much more of an evolution here as we get closer to the NFL draft. Hey, we're brought to you by Parish Restoration, parishrestoration.com. Kill mold, remove odor, go to parishrestoration.com. They'll spray their patented non-toxic dry fog. Patented non-toxic dry fog. Patented, nobody else can do it. Non-toxic, safe for people, pets, plants. Dry fog, meaning you don't have to worry about your sheetrock or your carpet or your furniture or your belongings. It's a dry fog. They'll spray. It'll get into every nook and cranny. It'll kill everything. Mold, other harmful pathogens. As soon as the fog dissipates, you're back in your home, office, church, school, whatever it may be, gym, workout facility. Clear, clean smelling, free of harmful pathogens, sanitized. It's Parish Restoration. Go to parishrestoration.com, parishrestoration.com, parishrestoration.com. All right. Mike Triplett in 13 minutes from right now. A little free agency primer with Mike Triplett. We'll probably spare you the Mad Libs. We'll get to that later in the offseason. And Jared Mitchell in 30 minutes from right now. What does he see from these Tigers? What's ailing him right now? SEC Network, former Tiger great. We'll talk to Jay Mitch in about 30 minutes from right now. We're glad to have you hanging out with us here. We'll knock out a quick break. Muse will do Tigers and the pros next on AFR.
AFR.
AFR is brought to you by River Cities 1 Hour Air, where they're always on time or you don't pay a dime. Look for the big yellow vans and trucks with the giant clock on the side. 752-0001, 752-0001, 752-0001. Call now or 1hourbr.com. Hey, remember, at River Cities 1 Hour Air, they've got more than twice the amount of 5-star Google reviews of the next closest competitor. The reason, if you've ever worked with River Cities 1 Hour Air, becomes very obvious because they're the best. Rose Beeler found this out. She mentioned Cole, her technician. Cole was great, very knowledgeable and friendly. He explained everything to me so I could understand. I'd love to have him come to my home the next time for maintenance of my unit. He sure knows his job, that's for sure. Highly recommend Cole. 10 out of 10, 5-star review there from Rose Beeler for River Cities 1 Hour Air. 752-0001, 752-0001 for River Cities 1 Hour Air, where they're always on time or you don't pay a dime.
My father, J.B. Falgu, had a vision of growth for First American Bank and the communities we serve. The bank's foundation was built on his legacy of compassion, loyalty, and dedication. Through his years of leadership, First American has prospered to heights even J.B. could not have imagined. I know my father would be extremely proud of the customer service and financial stability that First American provides to Southeast Louisiana. We continue to thrive because of the legacy of J.B. Falgout.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
At Raising Cane's, we hand batter every chicken finger, mix every cane sauce, butter every Texas toast, stir every slaw, and salt every fry. Because when you do it right, you can taste it in every bite. Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
Dr. Johnson, that's my guy. He gonna tell me when I need to do better. He gonna tell me when I need to slow down. And I trust him 100%. The medical care that I receive at LSU and with Our Lady of the Lake is top tier. I really trust what they telling me, and they keep me right.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
I'm Lawyer Locke Meredith. We are honored and humbled to receive from our clients in Google, based on 5-star client reviews, the designation of our law firm is highly recommended. Whether you hire us at all, please give us a call, 272-5555. You have nothing to lose.
Hi, I'm Mitchell Meredith. Injuries happen when you least expect them to, making your life more complicated. At Locke Meredith, Sean Fagan and Associates, we know this, and we strive to help each of our clients during these times. Whether you hire us at all, give us a call at 272-5555.
I'm Gabrielle McLeod on behalf of the Louisiana Propane Dealers. I have spent hundreds of hours preparing for scholarship competitions. That preparation paid off when I won the Fitness and Talent Awards along with the title of Miss Louisiana. The Louisiana Propane Dealers are also pretty talented and want you to be prepared for when the power goes out.
After further review, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana.
Nailed it. Wrapping up hour number 2. Mike Triplett's here in about a dozen minutes from right now, but right now mute. So has Tigers in the pros.
Tigers in the pros. They still bleed purple and gold. They're just really rich now.
The NFL has released the 2026 All-Combine team.
Okay.
Couple former Tigers making it for the offense.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Wide receiver Xavier Thomas, not really surprised. I mean, 4.28 40. It's pretty impressive work out there. He's going to make that list. And then how about Garrett Nussmeier, the quarterback on the offensive All-Combine team, just continuing to have a great draft process for him and hopefully climb those draft boards. So congratulations to both of those former Tigers. World Baseball Classic gets underway Friday. The United States plays Brazil. Today they had an exhibition against the San Francisco Giants. Paul Skeens towed the bump for Team USA. Captain America Paul Skeens. 3 innings, gave up a hit and a run, didn't walk anybody, struck out 4. His first start in the World Baseball Classic will come on Monday, March the 9th, against Mexico. Alex Bregman was also in the lineup for Team USA. He went 1 for 3. Dinger. Long home run to left field for Breggs. Pretty solid day. And by the way, Team USA is beating the San Francisco Giants 15-1.
Take that, San Francisco.
What'd they do to you?
I love San Francisco.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
But no city is greater than the United States of America.
That's true.
Would you cheer for Baton Rouge or the USA?
The USA.
No doubt. Love my town. Wasn't born here, but spent most of my life here. Tell you what, I ain't finna rise up against the USA.
No.
No. We are citizens of the United States. We are residents of Baton Rouge, unless if you're a resident of somewhere else. But you're a citizen of the country. You're a resident of the city, town, state.
Tari Eason turned in
Go,
9.
USA! You just missed a horror. Do I have to?
Well, it's on the same.
I mean.
Look, we got World Baseball Classic coming. We got plenty of time to dust off the Ian Dark drop.
I can't wait.
I know. 9-6 for Tari Eason last night. That's Tigers and Pros.
Presented by South Point Volkswagen, southpointvw.com. New and certified pre-owned. In Baton Rouge and online at southpointvw.com, southpointvw.com. Get by and test drive one today, y'all. Start online. If it's on the lot, it's online. See the entire inventory, new and certified pre-owned. But I'm going to tell you what will sell you on a Volkswagen more than anything. Sit behind the wheel of one. Drive it. You'll get it. Louisiana's largest volume Volkswagen dealer, South Point Volkswagen. What's your direction? All right, Mike Triplett's coming up right after SportsCenter. Don't you move. It's AFR.
After further review.
So put a button here on hour 2. I get an opportunity to remind you about Arco Power Systems. And one of the most impressive things, anytime I'm ever going to work with a new client, I want to learn everything about their business. If I'm going to put my name on it and endorse it. And so I am very passionate about the businesses that I have the privilege to endorse and to represent. And one of the things, maybe the thing that was most impressive about Arco Power Systems when we first sat down and were having these conversations, when storms come, they have literally had National Guard members, Black Hawk helicopters, pick up the Arco Power System guys, the workers, the team, and bring them to sites to help get power on. They can sell, service, and install and maintenance your Generac industrial standby generator. You need a generator for your business, your commercial industrial facility? Arco Power Systems.
When it comes to industrial construction, River Parish Contractors can do it all. Mechanical, structural, custom fabrication, specialized welding, and turnaround services. Strategically located in between Baton Rouge and New Orleans, we have the local team with the experience and commitment to safety to manage the most complex industrial projects. Period. Here's the deal. Partnering with us means your project is delivered on time, on budget, and most important, safely. River Parish Contractors, let's get building.
Jordan Faber here with some exciting news. Faber Automotive has officially arrived. We're proud to introduce your new hometown dealership, Faber Chevrolet GMC. That means more inventory, better deals, and the same great local team. Now backed by the trusted Faber family name. Whether you're shopping or servicing, you'll feel the difference from day one. Allow us the opportunity to earn your business.
Fabry Chevrolet GMC. Visit us in St. Francisville or online at FabryChevrolet.com.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
Today, we are shaping tomorrow.
We are researching how extreme stress impacts the immune system, from trauma victims to athletes and even astronauts.
Our work is leading the way in sepsis treatment, saving countless lives.
We're unlocking the mind with music in exciting new ways.
Our Lady of the Lake Health and LSU are improving the health of our state.
That's the impact of champions.
Imagine the impact we'll have on the future. Together, we roar.
My father, J.B. Falgout, had a vision of growth for First American Bank and the communities we serve. The bank's foundation was built on his legacy of compassion, loyalty, and dedication. Through his years of leadership, First American has prospered to heights even J.B. could not have imagined. I know my father would be extremely proud of the customer service and financial stability that First American provides to Southeast Louisiana. We continue to thrive because of the legacy of J.B. Falgout.
I'm lawyer Collins Locke Meredith. Among the most important factors to consider when you're hiring an injury attorney is trust. You trust your attorney will put your interest first, treat you with respect, fairness, and honesty. You trust them to be there for you when you need them. At Locke Meredith, Sean Fagan and Associates, thousands of clients have trusted us to represent them, and for good reasons. Please visit us at LockeMeredith.com to learn more, and whether you hire us at all, give us a call at 272-5555. You have nothing to lose.
Sports Center.
I'm Christine Lisi. The Cardinals have informed quarterback Kyler Murray they intend to release him on the first day of the new NFL league year next Wednesday, barring a trade between now and then. Arizona already owes him over $36 million guaranteed in 2026. The Colts used the transition tag on quarterback Daniel Jones on this tag deadline day. Unsportsmanlike co-host Chris Canty.
What I don't understand, though, if you're Indianapolis, is why you would opt for the transition tag, which in effect only gives you first right of refusal, versus paying $6 million more on your cap this year for the franchise tag and guaranteeing that no one else has the opportunity to sign Daniel Jones.
More to Chris's point, Indy's got the right to match any competing offer sheet Jones might sign with an interested team. If he doesn't sign a competing offer sheet, Jones, coming back from that Achilles injury, will earn $37 million guaranteed. The Jets franchise tag running back Breece Hall, so unless the sides reach a long-term deal by July 15th, he'll play this season for just over $14 million. The Bengals did not tag defensive end Trey Hendrickson, so he becomes an unrestricted free agent.
ESPN Radio is presented by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Commercial Insurance flexes to fit your business's needs. From quick repairs to adjustable coverages and even payment options. Progressive Commercial makes it easy to get what you need. Quote today in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Raising Cane studio.
That's right.
Hour 3, off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. I'm Matt.
This is Shaq O'Neal, and I hate Matt.
Paul O'Neal.
They're chanting Paul O'Neal's name.
Meow. So. And Mr. Toby Tomplay. All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. 5 o'clock quitting time. Glad you are driving home with us. It's not a Thursday during football season, but great to catch up with our guy, Mike Triplett. Hey!
Yeah. New Orleans Saints coverage with some Mad Libs mixed in.
Why don't you just go by Mike?
It's time to talk black and gold with Mike Triplett of New Orleans.
Yeah,
Football. Presented by Benny's Car Wash. Family owned and operated since 1951.
Shout out to the Mike Triplett Open. Shout out to Benny's Car Wash. Mike, what up, man?
You doing the commentary over the intro? I like that. That's good YouTube video content right there.
Is it? I don't know if it is. Is that really? I don't know. I just I figured with the hay was not really anticipating it at that moment, but it was great.
Gotcha. You rolled with it. You made it work. Hey, real quick,
yeah.
I don't know if you're as old as me, but when you hear the Like Mike commercial and you picture classic Gatorade, you picture it in that old glass bottle?
No, I picture it. I picture Gatorade from that commercial, like Jordan drinking Gatorade in the green Gatorade cup, like they would have on the bench.
Yeah, gotcha. They still have those.
Oh, sure. Do they? I don't think they still have the glass bottles, do they?
No.
What was your favorite flavor?
If they do, the classic is still my favorite to this day. I was not a blue generation child. I had a younger brother, 8 years younger than me. I think that's when blue drinks started and beyond. But I'm still classic.
Like that lemon lime type flavor. Yep. Yeah. See, that's great.
That's what Gatorade is to me.
See, man, the orange Gatorade. If you're not,
that's good too. That's good too.
If you're not going to at least explore the possibility of orange Gatorade, I just feel like you're just intentionally selling yourself short.
they get a multi-pack, like at Sam's and grocery stores that's got the yellow, red, and orange, and that's all I need. I don't need the blue and the white and the.
Yeah, the red's good. The red's good too. But I could leave it. You know what I love? Now, you know it's a power play, Mike. We're deviating here. And I don't know if you're like me, but I love gummy bears and gummy worms. Like that's my favorite candy, and it's just as I've gotten older and certainly healthier, like the sugar, like it doesn't, my insulin levels spike and then I crash. It's really not good. But I love it so much, and I'll take the gummies and I'll put them in the Powerade or in this case the Gatorade, and I'll just let them sit. It's better in orange Gatorade. I'll let them sit in there while I drink it, and then you eat the gummy worms or gummy bears when they're like good and saturated in the Powerade.
I think you invented boba teas.
What?
Yeah, that's what, like with the little, like if you go to like a Vietnamese place and get the smoothie with the tapioca balls inside, that you like invented it without even realizing.
Maybe so. I don't even know what you just said to me. Boba Fett or something?
Boba tea. Boba tea. Yeah, just like Boba Fett.
Got it. Boba tea. Okay. Anyway, how about from Boba tea to Alante? That would be Alante Taylor. How about that transition? Can I get one? Thank you very much. Hey, is he going to be back in New Orleans?
I mean, I keep predicting no, because, we keep talking about how the salary cap has done the Saints favors, and now they're like back to healthy life with the salary cap. But imagine what it's done for all the teams that were like already $50 million under the cap. They can just write blank checks to every free agent. And when you're a 26, 27-year-old free agent who's shown the upside he's shown, I just have a feeling there's going to be a higher bidder out there. It reminds me a lot of Paulson Adebo's free agency a couple years ago. The Saints like him. He liked playing in Brandon Staley's defense. The door would stay open, but I have a feeling the market will probably offer something better to him.
I'm afraid to ask, but what about DeMario?
I'm a little more torn on that. I mean, we've seen guys like Bobby Wagner and Levante David have their chance at free agencies and not get huge paydays. So I don't know what the comp is. I think every team should want a DeMario Davis. And more power to him if he wants to make a little more money or be in a more high-profile situation, boost his Hall of Fame candidacy. But I still think there's a really good chance he comes back. I would say it's at least 50-50.
Do you so it's always interesting how they approach free agency, because there's the first wave, and normally the Saints, no matter what their cap situation is, they're a buyer on day one or in the first wave, somehow, some way. Where do you think that priority is or will be?
I think it better be guard. I think they better identify the one or two guards that they really love and be willing to overpay for that position, because it's such a need. It's a need because they don't have a starting left guard on the roster, but there's nothing they have to improve more than their run game, their short yardage run game, their physical run blocking. There's nothing more important to this franchise than protecting Tyler Shuck. And I don't think you can, pencil in guard with the 8th pick in the draft. So I think that has to be a free agency must for them. And then everything else is a little all over the map. Like, receivers definitely possible. Running backs definitely possible. Tight ends definitely possible. A cornerback to replace Alante is definitely possible. Edge rusher is definitely possible. But you can do a little more mixing and matching free agency or the draft with those positions. Guard is the one that I think you have to address in free agency.
Mike Triplett's with us. Mike, I want to ask where you fall on the Jeremiah Love with the 8th overall pick conversation, in part because you are someone I know in the many years you and I have been doing this, you have many times talked about using a pick in the top 10 on a value position that you can't get outside of the top 10. And running back would not qualify there. So I'm curious where you fall on the Jeremiah Love thing.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely have some rules and guidelines in my mind, and one is running back is a position you can acquire other ways. And I actually think that's true of the draft, 2nd, 3rd, 4th round, and I think it's true of free agency. I think you can still get bargains at running back in free agency. I think they could go out and sign Travis Etienne for $11 million a year or something like that. You can't solve your receiver problem or your edge rusher problem for $11 million a year, not even close to that. So that is a reason that I've always been a little biased toward, get your running back somewhere else, use that top 10 pick on an edge rusher or an offensive tackle. But
No.
Jeremiah well, yeah, I'm saying in general. They've already done it. I agreed with getting Calvin Banks last year. But
no.
Jeremiah Love's an exception.
No.
Jeremiah Love. What are you saying?
I thought you were going to be with me on this one, Mike. Damn it. Does anyone not see my point? You cannot take a running back 8th. No.
All right, let me finish.
Right.
Look, if anyone ever throws the argument, would you rather have Bijan Robinson or Tali Fuaga? I mean, obviously you're always cheating when you make an argument like that, because you'll be like, all right, why can't it be Bijan Robinson or Penei Sewell? Why do you take the elite guy at one position and a so-so guy at another position? But all I care about is that with this number 8 pick, the Saints get a guy who's going to make 4 All-Pro teams. So if their grades tell them Jeremiah Love is the second best player in this draft, and some of the other guys are graded way lower, I want them. This team used to have 7 players ranked on the NFL Network top 100 list. Now they have 0. I want talented players, so I'm willing to put those position value arguments aside. As a tiebreaker, though, yeah, I would like to think they could find someone they like just as much as Love. I would like it to be Caleb Downs or a receiver or an edge rusher for sure. But if Love is really the special guy in this draft class, I'm willing to accept that too.
Dang it, Mike. I am on this island by myself. And you know what? I'll be like Tom Hanks in Castaway. I'll just sit here and talk to a volleyball all day with my bloody handprint on it. That's what I'll do. I'm not talking to anybody else about this anymore. Tired of this conversation. The Titans have to take that dude 4th overall so the Saints don't have this decision to make. Yeah. That's what needs to happen. All right. Mike Triplett's with us, New Orleans.
Maybe
Football.
they'll. Do you want them to go ahead and sign Travis Etienne or
sure.
Tyler Algier or someone right now and just knock it out?
Kenneth Walker?
Yeah, now you got something to root for.
Kenneth Gainwell? Yes. Give me any of them. Yes. Just for the same reason you said I can get value at running back. And by the way, we just saw the Raiders take the best running back in the history of the world last year. It was a top 5 pick, and they were still the worst team in the league. Not his fault, but he's not going to elevate you. You have to have other elements around you. So you don't take a running back in the top 5 or the top 10 and get running backs, man. And get running backs. And get you a running back. Get running backs everywhere.
I understand the argument. I've made it many times myself. I have.
That's why I asked you a very leading question, thinking that you were going to be on my side, and you were not.
All right, let me give you your counterpoint. Ready?
All right.
Max Crosby's a defensive end. He didn't help the Raiders. Brock Bowers is a pass catcher. He didn't help the Raiders. Sometimes everybody can't help a lousy team.
Max Crosby can still be an all-pro on a bad team. You cannot be an all-pro running back on a bad team.
That's fair.
Who's that? Was it Taylor? Who was all-pro running back this year in the NFL? Was it Jonathan Taylor? I don't know. I didn't look at the all-pro team. Another one of
why
Saints.
Am I forget? Well, Christian McCaffrey almost won MVP, so he might have been first-team all-pro.
Okay. They just missed the playoffs. Anyway, whatever. But they were not bad. All right. He's Mike Triplett, New Orleans Football. All right, so guard at the start of free agency, and then what would you like to see them do? All right, so they get a guard in free agency. What is your best case for 8th overall?
If I could do it now and handpick someone, I kind of like Caleb Downs, but it's the same Jeremiah Love argument. Like, I think he's a special player. I'm not saying I want to fill safety or I want to fill star nickelback. I think Caleb Downs might be a really special player. But I think David Bailey might be a special player. Reuben Bain might be a special player. One of the receivers might be a special player. Like, I'm not going to come on your show and try to sell best player available when no one's ever heard that idea before, but I genuinely want them to find the guy. I mean, I love that they've got the head start with Tyler Shuck and 2 tackles, but they need the guy that's going to be ranked, 25th on the all top 100 team in a couple of years. They need a guy who's going to be an identity of the team. They need a guy who's going to be on the Monday Night Football ad. Blank versus blank. Give me a star on this team again. And the good thing is they have like 12 positions to choose from. They really just need to take that elite player. They don't need to get cute with trying to fill a need. They have a lot of needs.
Yeah, they do. Mike Triplett, NewOrleans.football, at Mike Triplett. Y'all give him a follow. Thanks, man.
Thanks for having me.
All right, we'll talk soon. It's after further review. Looking for dinner plans tonight. Supper Club, it's open Tuesday. They're closed Sunday, Monday, back open Tuesday. So if you're knocking off of work, how about you pop on into Supper Club? Scone, I would, but I don't have a jacket. Doesn't matter. You don't need a sport coat to go to Supper Club. Now, you want to wear one. I love throwing on a jacket going to Supper Club, but you don't need one. As long as it's a collar shirt, you'll meet the dress code. And you don't need a reservation because there's open seating at the bar. 14 bar stools, 7 bar tables. You can always pop in without a reservation. Belly up to the bar, have dinner at the bar, enjoy a cocktail, glass of wine after work. Maybe you have a client in town, close some business. It's Supper Club. And remember, Fridays in Lent, hey, Scone, I thought they were a steak place. They are. They got the best steaks you'll have anywhere. But they got amazing seafood options as well. The Chilean sea bass, the Ora king salmon. They've got lobster, the Alaskan king crab legs. They've got stone crabs as well, scallops. So many great options at Supper Club. So if it's a Friday in Lent, a Tuesday night, celebrating a birthday and anniversary, get by Supper Club and have the best experience of your life. SupperClubBTR.com. SupperClubBTR.com. All right, y'all, it is after further review. Thanks to Mike Triplett for hanging out. We're a little bit late here. Jared Mitchell's going to join us. Thanks to Shea Dixon, who was here in hour number 1. If you missed that, we did go over some of the betting odds for Jeremiah Love. He's actually favored. He's the betting favorite to be the 4th pick. So may not even be available for the Saints at 8. But we'll get there. Tiger basketball is back on the floor tonight. They'll lose at Auburn. Might give you a thumbnail preview of that coming up in a bit. But Jared Mitchell next on AFR.
After further review.
If you need to hire, you need Glow Resources. Simple as I can say it. If you need to hire the right person for your job, what job? Any job. What industry? Any industry. If you need a permanent employer solution, you need Glow Resources. Home base is right here in Baton Rouge. Corporate headquarters on Perkins near Pennington. You can't miss it, as a matter of fact. If you're driving down Perkins, same side of the street. It's Quail Oak is the street there. It's Perkins and Quail Oak. You can't miss it. Trust me. I mean, they have done a beautiful job with that building and reimagining and designing their corporate headquarters. So yes, home base is Baton Rouge, and the lion's share of their work is Baton Rouge, New Orleans. But they have offices in Florida and Mississippi and Texas, and they serve businesses all over the country, performing work all over the world. So if you need to find the best people to make your business the most efficient, profitable it can be, you need Glow Resources. GLO. GlowResources.com.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
The Cane's Box Combo, a symphony of flavors. Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
Who bears the standard? Who sets the bar? It's not those satisfied by low-hanging fruit or by taking it easy. No, the standard is set by the best of us, by those who work hard. Dig deeper, give more. At Sunshine, we're proud to provide John Deere products that work hard for you, the standard bearers. Find the dealer nearest you at sunequip.com.
The experts at Hood Dental Care want you smiling bigger and healthier than ever. New patients can get a healthy gums cleaning for just $89, plus a free exam and full mouth x-rays. A $376 value. With over 3,000 5-star Google reviews, 5 local locations, and easy online scheduling with same-day care. Hood Dental makes it simple to get started. And we always have other great giveaways for new patients. Check out hooddentalcare.com and schedule your appointment today.
Transform your living space with Lacoste & Young Remodeling and take your home from outdated to outstanding.
Redefine your kitchen for the ultimate culinary experience, or elevate your daily routine with a spa-worthy bathroom retreat. Our skilled team brings 3D modeling to life to ensure your vision becomes a reality. We believe luxury should be accessible and offer tailored solutions to fit your budget without compromising quality. So contact us today for a free estimate. Lacoste & Young Remodeling, providing perfect solutions for your dream home.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
After a decade of working in private duty nursing, I know how hard it can be to find compassionate care for the ones that you love the most. So I started Decision Critical, a premier concierge nursing agency, so we can take care of you wherever you are. Our highly skilled nurses provide exceptional care from the comfort of your own home, with personalized packages for short-term, long-term, or even around-the-clock care.
After further review, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana.
All right, rolling along here in 5 o'clock hour. Thanks for hanging out with us. We always appreciate Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. Sunnyquip.com, sunnyquip.com. New location now open off the new Pico exit, I-10 in Baton Rouge. Jared Mitchell, former Tiger great at the SEC Network, good enough to spend a couple of minutes with us. Jay Mitch, how are you, man?
Wonderful. How y'all doing today, man?
Doing good. Probably better days for the baseball program ahead than losing to Northeastern. I mean, look, we've all seen this happen, been there before. When you see something like that, Jared, where LSU takes it on the chin in the midweek against a team like Northwestern, kind of lackluster, what's your reaction when something like that happens?
Being that it's their second loss of the year, and look, at the end of the day, I can tell the truth, I'm always going to bleed purple and gold. It is what it is. But when it's all said and done and this season is over, this season will not be defined, win or lost, by whatever happened to Northeastern. And that's just the absolute facts of it. And I mean no disrespect to that team, to that program, to what they're doing and how they've been able to play and the things they've been able to do lately. But it's not really about them. These opportunities were opportunities to go out there, get wins, stack W's, play games, get at-bats, pitch innings, and do those things to get yourself ready for that 30-game conference slate. That's what I am worried about so far through this whole thing. They're sitting here with 2 losses on the year, and if you don't even look at that loss, you love what they've done so far this year. So I am okay with it. You wash it, you rinse it, you don't even think about it, and you move forward to the next week.
Hey, do you think – I'm curious just from a player's perspective what you think this part of the schedule is like, right? And the way I've kind of described it is opening weekend, there's a lot of anticipation. Then you have this really exciting, neutral site thing in Jacksonville. And then you got 2 weeks before conference play, and it feels like it's just a bit of a lull on the schedule until you get to conference play. Is that a real thing, Jared, like from a player's perspective?
A little bit. It's also, I wonder how much Jay's, I guess, thought to – Jay really wanted to get all 56 in, right? And that was a big thing for him to try to figure out, how can I put this schedule together to get all 56 in? And this is how they decided to construct the schedule. I wonder how much, the 8 games in 10 days, and then you turn around and you play 3 over the weekend, and then you got the 4th on a Monday at this early in the year where maybe the crowd, maybe the juice isn't there, even less than what it is usually in a midweek game in those situations, and you got to bring it yourself and create your own. I wonder how much you can kind of get lulled to sleep in those situations a little bit, because those guys are not used to doing that. That's not something that's commonplace in college ball. So I wonder if some of that a little bit is kind of played into where the bats have been the last couple of days and kind of how things have gone. And yeah, like at the end of the day, you wonder if they start looking forward to and start looking ahead to, that conference schedule that's coming up a little bit.
Jared Mitchell is with us, former Tiger, of course, SEC Network. What are you encouraged by with this LSU team so far through 2 full weeks, 3 full weeks?
I'm encouraged by 2 things, and this is one of them is going to sound kind of weird because it hasn't been anywhere near quote unquote what we've seen visually last year, and the other one is what we were hoping we would start to get. What we were hoping we were kind of get to be the graduation of a freshman year into a sophomore year. Give me Casey Evans that has not been at his best, but has found ways to stack W's, found ways to get outs, and found ways to put up good stat lines at the end of a performance, right? Give me that. I know there's more, and if there's anybody that I can say, hey, the dominant visual that I got of how he threw the ball last year coming out of the pen, if there's anybody I'm going to give leeway to find how to do that and move that, everything that he did at that spot into a starter's role, I'm giving it to him. So I love what he's done so far in terms of transitioning himself into a starter and finding a way to make it work while also going deeper into games, which is something he didn't have to do last year. The second part of it is William Schmidt, right? If you're able to have someone else like that throwing on a Sunday, man, hard to beat somebody, right? Because you're sitting there saying, hey, Kaysen's going to get better, and he's still finding ways to win. You got Cooper throwing on Saturday, who has been absolute lights out and a delight. I think he's been better than anybody thought you would be getting in that situation. And if you have a young sophomore, a young second-year guy like William Schmidt who's able to come on to the likes of, like, I'm not going to sit here and say it's the exact same thing, but there's a lot of similarities up until this point of what you saw through their careers at this point of their career between Cade Anderson and William Schmidt. If he can keep ascending and keep going, you got to love what you're getting out of the starting rotation. So I think that, and obviously the bullpen and what they've done, the days that they've been able to stack outings where they haven't walked a ton, you have to love that, because if you can pitch it that way, play great defense behind them, you have a chance. You have a puncher's chance in any ball game, and that's really all you can ask for.
Do you think, Jared, there's always the conversation, though, about might you see any changes in the rotation? Would you lobby for a change to move Cooper more up if he keeps throwing the way he has?
I wouldn't. And, you know, you can look around the SEC. There's a lot of things that have gone on. Like, if I go to Texas right now, remember, there was a freshman at Texas named Dylan Valances who beat out Casey Evans, who beat out Derek Curiel for the freshman of the year. He came out of the bullpen as well. He wasn't even a starter. Well, you would think going to the next year, somebody that was that successful, who had done that well, of course he would move into the weekend rotation. He would probably move into the top end of it. He's been throwing on Sunday for Texas. So it almost seems like maybe some of these coaches have a little bit of a mind shift change in terms of, yes, like we want our high-octane guy throwing on Friday night. But if we can got a spot where we got people who we trust in these spots, who can go out there and be competitive in these spots, and then we can get to either Saturday or Sunday with guys who we think are for sure going to win against whoever your Saturday or Sunday guy is, we love that opportunity. So for me, no, I'm fine with it. You can still roll them out there on Friday right now. And once again, like I said, still getting wins while having Cooper on a Saturday, while having an ascending William Schmidt on a Sunday. I like what they're doing. Keep everything the same. And you have to understand, too, I think this is a big part of it as well. When you have Gavin Guidry to come back into that bullpen and pitch the way he's pitched and do it with the attitude that he's done it and give you shades at 23, and you have a Devin Sheeran, and you have guys like that who are able to lock down the back end of the bullpen, and you have Saturday and Sunday guys who are winning and stacking very good innings as well, there is no real pressure to have to move Kaysen and or anyone out of the spots that they're in, because everything else is taken care of in that sense.
Is there something you would like to see improved over the next 2 weekends, or I guess then one more weekend before the start of conference play?
For me, before the start of conference play or at the start of conference play, it's always for me the lineup. Now, I say that, and I want to make sure I make this understood as well. Jay doesn't seem to be going about that. Not to be going. He doesn't. In the past, he hasn't seemed to go about his way of putting that lineup construction together by the beginning of conference play. You got to go back to 23 when it seemed like that was literally just wake up, show up at the ballpark, and you knew what 9 were in the lineup in terms of how they would roll it out there. Since then, it's been so much depth, and he's done a masterful job of trying to figure out who, where, how, when, and plug and play in the way he wants to. And I think he's going to continue to do that. So for me, I would always like to have a very good idea about who is my 9 through 11, maybe 12 guys that I'm going to really roll through the lineup, and that's going to get the lion's share of my at-bats. Jay doesn't seem to go about it that way. So that's what I would want to see. I just don't think that is what we're going to see.
He's Jared Mitchell. Remember, Mic'd Up with Mikey Matuk and Jared Mitchell. Mondays, Wednesdays, on YouTube?
Mondays, Wednesdays, and Friday. Mondays, Wednesdays,
Okay.
6 to 8. Fridays from 1 to 3.
Okay. Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays. Make sure you're subscribed up there on YouTube. Mic'd Up with Mikey Matuk, Jared Mitch. Of course, you can see Jay Mitch on the SEC Network as well. Man, we always appreciate the time. Okay, we'll bother you again soon.
All right, man. I appreciate y'all.
Thank you. Jared Mitchell, former Tiger great. Great perspective, man, on where the team is. Sometimes it's hard to see the forest of the trees whenever you come off a week like this. And it's not just one game, right? I mean, you go back to McNeese, the offensive performance through the weekend, and then what happened on Monday, losing to Northeastern the way they did. It's not been a great week. I'd point out that in spite of not playing well, they still found a way to sweep the weekend, despite not having their best. They did it a different way behind dominant pitching, which was awesome. Monday against Northeastern was not awesome, objectively, but maybe it's a wake-up call that they need. It's interesting, that he did reference, and I didn't even lead him to the question. He did reference the 13 games in 18 days or whatever it is, the 8 games in 10 days. It's just that's something that college baseball players don't typically do. So maybe guys out of routine, out of rhythm a little bit, could throw you off. We'll see. Get a day off today. Get back at it Wednesday against the Cajuns over in Lafayette. Okay, y'all. It's after further review. Excuse me. We are brought to you by the Williamson Eye Center. 924-2020, 924-2020. You want to see 2020? Call 924-2020 for the Williamson Eye Center. 924-2020. Set up that consultation with Dr. Blake Williamson. Go sit down, have a conversation, see what options exist for you. Because I say it all the time, no matter your age or your refractive issue, there is an option whereby you can be rid of contacts or glasses forever. You're tired of carrying around 8 pair of readers? You got the one on your head, the one on your shirt, the one by your nightstand, the one on your desk at work, the one in your car. You just have the readers with you everywhere you go. Be done with that. Just see. Custom lens replacement could be the option. Williamson Eye Center can make it happen. 924-2020, 924-2020, 924-2020, or WilliamsonEye.com. All right, y'all, it is after further review. Glad you're hanging around with us here. Otter will be here in about 15 minutes. Always looking forward to that. Otter locks are posted, by the way, over at LouisianaSports.net, and they are always free. So you can everything at LouisianaSports.net is always free. So you can always get to LouisianaSports.net. Again, Jimmy's picks are always posted sometime in the 3 o'clock Central Time hour. So if you want to get it there, you can. All right, let me knock out a quick break. We'll come back. LSU men's team, they'll lose tonight at Auburn, but we'll give you a quick preview of that as we roll along here. Remember, you can email us, tweet us, or text the show, 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. Lots of ways you can get involved, so feel free to do it. 396-4400 is how you can text us. Stick around here. It's AFR.
AFR.
Let's Rev. R-E-V. Let'sRev.com. Talking to you, Baton Rouge. Talking to you, Gonzales, Prairieville, Plaquemine, Denham, Springfield, Hammond, Ponchatoula, Covington, Mandeville, U2, North Shore, LaPlace, Reserve, Thibodaux, Homa, LaRose, Grand Isle. Yeah, Bayou Region, talking to you as well. 70,000 Louisiana home and business owners trust Rev for their internet, cable, home automation, phone, all of it. You should be next. It's local service, and Rev has you covered. So go to Let'sRev.com if you want to learn more. R-E-V, Let'sRev.com. Remember, we're talking about an all-fiber network. We're talking about lightning-fast internet speeds up to 5 gigs and local people and local service. R-E-V. Let'sRev.com.
Hi, this is Beth Serena. Welcome to my pool. The first time I saw this beautiful pool, it exceeded every expectation that I had. They were able to get everything we wanted in this pool. It is a beautiful pool. We live out here. We eat out here. We watch TV out here. This is like our living room outside. We love this pool and everything about it. When we decided to build our pool, we called a great friend who is one of the best pool builders in the country in North Louisiana, and we said, who would you choose to build a pool in Baton Rouge? And without a hesitation, he told us Russell Pools. He said their history, tradition of great builds, great pools was unmatched. So of course, who did we call? Russell Pools. The advice I would give to anyone looking to build a pool is first call Russell Pools. They'll do an incredible job. It'll be incredibly organized. It'll be time efficient. And you will have your pool in no time.
Transform your living space with Lacoste & Young Remodeling and take your home from outdated to outstanding. Redefine your kitchen for the ultimate culinary experience or elevate your daily routine with a spa-worthy bathroom retreat. Our skilled team brings 3D modeling to life to ensure your vision becomes a reality. We believe luxury should be accessible and offer tailored solutions to fit your budget without compromising quality. So contact us today for a free estimate. Lacoste & Young Remodeling, providing perfect solutions for your dream home.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Sometimes you ignore the signs, even when they're right in front of you. Problem gambling isn't always easy to spot. Know the signs. Set your limit. Learn more about healthy gambling habits by visiting us online or text or call for free confidential help now.
Hi, I'm Mitchell Meredith. At Locke Meredith Sean Fagan and Associates, we know each case and client are unique and that no two cases are the same. But one thing remains constant, and that is our passion to help our clients. After an accident, we know your life has changed, which is why we passionately fight to make you and your family whole. Remember, whether you hire us at all, give us a call at 272-5555. We're here to serve you.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Wall-to-wall TVs mean you'll see every touchdown in HD. Place your bets and feel the thrill of every play with our DraftKings.
After further review, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana.
Plowing these fields in the hot summer sun. Over by the gate, Lordy, here she comes with a basket full of chicken and a big cold jug of sweet tea. I make a little room and she climbs on up.
Hey, Muse, you going to watch the basketball Tigers tonight?
I'm just gonna be honest. No, I'm not.
Yeah, me
no,
either.
I'm not gonna watch that game. No.
Paulie, you in?
I'm gonna pass.
I'm gonna guess you also will not know the answer to this question.
Try me.
What time is tip-off?
I do know the answer to this question.
Then don't answer it, Paulie. What time is tip-off?
7:30.
You'd think.
They're playing this game in Hawaii?
Sorry, that's for
Bro, they are tipping this off at 9 p.m. Central.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, if you are one of the blessed souls, I mean, you're a real one. Like, Jason Ramazan,
mm-hmm.
Casey McKenzie,
mm-hmm.
my guy used to wear the cutout orange basketball on his head during the Brady Ball era. Anybody else? Them two? Anybody else going to be watching this tonight? 9 o'clock tip?
Hunt Palmer.
No, I guarantee you he won't. Hunt will be night-night.
Mm.
And by the way, he's the writer for Louisiana Sports.net, so his responsibility will be the postgame story. My guess is he's going to say, hey, can we just run the press release tonight? And I'm going to be like, Hoon, not mad at you for that request. No, stay your ass up and write the story. For the 4 people that want to read it tonight.
Oh, man.
On cue. Shout out to my guy, dude. Casey McKenzie on cue. I'll be tuned in, fam. I love the letters LSU.
Oh, man.
I mean, find you someone who loves you like Casey McKenzie loves LSU basketball. I dare you. That's a hard, bruh. You got to love hard. You got to love hard.
You got to be a true sicko at this point, to be quite honest with you. I mean, the 9 p.m. thing's really what takes it to that level.
No doubt.
Like, it's not just the fact that they're not very good. I mean, you can love hard and watch a not very good team.
Yeah.
A not very good team at 9 p.m. against another not very good team in Auburn, that's sicko level.
Do you have the Bruce? You don't have the Bruce Pearl comments, do you? So Bruce Pearl has gone publicly stumping. See if you can find that. Bruce Pearl has gone publicly stumping for Auburn. So they're a bubble team, and his son, Steven, of course, in one of the most absurd acts of nepotism ever. Bruce Pearl retires right before the season to promote his son. Like, you could say who among us, but my goodness, it's one thing to give your kid a job on staff. It's another, like, to make sure his first head coaching job is the Auburn job, when the Auburn job is quite literally the most desirable the Auburn job has ever been. Right? I mean, I don't... Has the Auburn job ever been more desirable? Has the Auburn program ever been more stable or better than it was under Bruce Pearl? I don't think so. I mean, they never made a Final Four. Who is that guy? Hey, Casey, since you're listening, who is the guy when we were in school from Auburn? Porter? Something Porter? Does that name sound familiar? He'll text me. He'll know it. Anyway. Porter? Look that up. Auburn 2000 men's basketball Porter. Chris Porter.
Look at that. Yeah.
Look at my guy. Got me.
Casey gets a ding.
Casey, you want to call and co-host this segment? We'll kick Muse in the hall. He's worthless this segment. Casey's got it. I mean, Muse, you don't know your late 90s, early 2000s Auburn basketball? You just get out.
I don't know my late 90s, early 2000s Auburn basketball.
That's clear. Chris Porter was a really good forward and had a big fro. Like, he wore his hair really big, which made him look even bigger than he was. He was a really good player. I remember there was a Saturday game. I remember what year it was, but I was a student at LSU. Me and my buddies, we did the whole student team. This is when you could get, when they still sat the students courtside, not in the, behind the goal. And Auburn came in, and they just couldn't stop Porter, and he beat him. I'm just trying to milk a segment here to talk. We're talking, so they could say, hey, you never talk basketball. We're talking basketball right now. We're talking late 90s, early 2000s Auburn basketball and Chris Porter. Look at him. That's not even a good one, Paulie. Paulie, just go full screen with that. So that's Chris Porter right there, war number 4. Like, that's not even, maybe I misremember. I remember the fro being bigger than that. You could probably find, man, look at those uniforms too, man.
The unis are good.
The tiger
unis
stripe,
are really good.
The tiger stripe around the neck and the arms. Wow. That has to be a tourney game against. No, I guess it's not a tourney game. They'd have the NCAA patch. Maybe they didn't do the NCAA patch back then. Playing Stanford right there. Look at that. All right, what do you got, Muse? What are you looking up?
Looking up Chris Porter. Our guy averaging 14.
Chris Porter was a guy.
14 and, God, this stat page is terrible from 2000. Sorry.
Just look up his bio. He had to be all SEC.
Yeah, I did look up the bio, and Auburn's website does not have it anymore. Which, clean it up, Plainsman. What are we doing? I mean, golly.
Wait, I got to see. Casey, do you want me to say that on air? What the last thing you just texted me was?
14-7 for our guy.
Dude,
Chris
he was
Porter.
a guy.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure Chris Porter was all SEC. He's a really good player. I think this is out there, isn't it?
Easy.
Yeah, I know. I got in trouble with this yesterday.
Yeah, I know.
Careful. I didn't really get in trouble, but anyway. And you can't tell me that you're not coming on air because you're doing what you when you're obviously listening and texting me right now. Casey is putting together an event for after the wearing of the Green Parade, which, by the way, Parish Construction and Roofing will have a float in the Wear Under the Green Parade. Makes a lot of sense. Our colors are green. Wear Under the Green Parade. Throwing a lot of green beads, green hats, maybe some green beer. Not going to be throwing green beer, but it'll be a time. Very much looking forward to that. I guess this is out there. He's not answering me now. Anyway, Boosie's playing after the parade. Did you know that?
I'd heard that, yes.
Okay, so
yes,
anyway,
yes, I'd heard that.
Casey's the one putting on the Boosie show. So Boosie's playing it early.
That'll be solid, man. People will be excited about that. SEC Player of the Year.
There it is.
In 1999. SEC Rookie of the Year in 99. And first team All SEC.
There you go.
Second team in 2000.
You're welcome. Can I get a ding?
You can get a ding. Absolutely.
So that does that fill our LSU basketball quota for the week?
Yeah, sure.
Not.
I mean, we'll probably have like a little blurb tomorrow too, but yeah.
Both teams are 15 and 14.
Bro.
Auburn is 6 and 10 in the league. LSU's 3 and 13. This game tips at 9 p.m. Central, and LSU is a 9.5-point favorite.
9 p.m. on the SEC Network. Not even ESPN.
Auburn, are playing for their NCAA tournament lives. Like you're a bubble team. You can't lose this one. I mean, you better go win your next 2 games and get to 8 wins in conference. Probably win a game in Nashville. We did it. We did it. We did it. Not that we were obligated, but we did it. Tigers tonight. You'll hear it on Eagle 98.1 if you listen, which if you're listening, whatever. But remember, tomorrow, baseball is on 100.7 The Tiger in Baton Rouge because the Matt McMahon show will be on Eagle 98.1, which I'm sure is going to be awesome too. Brother, can this season just end, please? Just hurry up.
2 more games.
Just hurry up. No, because then they're going to play in the SEC tournament.
Yeah, but isn't this the season finale tonight? They got a game Saturday?
Mm-hmm. Play A&M.
I'm locked in, man.
Come on,
you can tell.
Jeez.
Baseball season, man. Pretty consumed there.
As you all can tell, my guy is a ton of help here on the show. We're talking about basketball. Ton of help. I said we're talking about basketball.
Yeah.
And when you get me consensus mock draft roundup 24 hours late.
Oh, the one time I don't check my email. The one time.
You're huge at that. Yep.
Gosh.
It's AFR.
AFR.
We're brought to you by Clegg's Nursery of 4 locations in the Great Baton Rouge area. We just did a segment about Christmas. Dude, we just did a segment on a guy played in the SEC 25 years ago. Wait, bro, I'm Charles Hannegriff. I just turned into Charles Hannegriff and Jimmy on. It's great that Honor's coming up next. Let's go. We're brought to you by Clegg's, 4 locations in the Greater Baton Rouge area. Sigourney Airline, LA 16 in Denham, Mid-City on Donmore, and the Garden Center on Greenwell Springs. Buy local and shop local at Clegg's Nursery. Hey, remember, follow them on Facebook. Couple reasons. They do a great job whenever they get new shipments in. They do an awesome job of updating their Facebook page so you can see what shipments are in at what locations. And then also they'll post the weekly ad at their Facebook page as well. So if you want to see what specials they have for that weekend, you can see it on their Facebook page. So follow Clegg's on Facebook. Buy local, shop local. Clegg's Nursery.
When it comes to industrial construction, River Parish Contractors can do it all. Mechanical, structural, custom fabrication, specialized welding, and turnaround services. Strategically located in between Baton Rouge and New Orleans, we have the local team with the experience and commitment to safety to manage the most complex industrial projects. Period. Here's the deal. Partnering with us means your project is delivered on time, on budget, and most important, safely. River Parish Contractors, let's get building.
At Raising Cane's, we hand batter every chicken finger, mix every cane sauce, butter every Texas toast, stir every slaw, and salt every fry. Because when you do it right, you can taste it in every bite. Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
I definitely trust the lake to take care of my body. Being the smallest person on the court, I just have to be in a lot better shape than everyone else, just being quicker and faster. Just having that trust on and off the court is going to help you win a lot more games.
I'm Lawyer Locke Meredith. If you're battling an insurance company because of a wreck not your fault and they're not calling you back or being fair, whether you hire us at all, give us a call, 272-5555, or email Locke Meredith, Sean Fagan and Associates. You have nothing to lose.
Hello, I'm Collins Meredith. If you've been injured on the job, you'll likely have a workers' compensation claim, but you may also have a tort claim, which opens up significant recovery rights not normally available for a work injury. If this is
Big shout out to our friends at River Parish Contractors. You know, River Parish Contractors, one of the things that I love, aside from the people, I mean, the people are awesome. And you go and you meet Ronnie. Ronnie and I were texting earlier today trying to plan to have dinner soon. You know, Chad and Luke and Trey and Josh and Darren and Drew and the whole crew over there at River Parish Contractors. You got to go meet all those guys in reserve a little more than a month ago. And it's awesome when you do business with great people. They're convenient because in reserve, as they like to say, man, they're an hour from anywhere. You know, this from Chalmette to Baton Rouge, they'll serve anywhere in that radius. You know, but I love that they know who they are, what their sweet spot is. They're not a mega contractor that's going to do these $100 million projects, but that sweet spot in that $15 million range are a small company, but big enough to supply all the site managers with support in all divisions. It's River Parish Contractors. Learn more at rpcontractors.com, rpcontractors.com.
After further review, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana.
Down the stretch we come, final segment on a Tuesday edition of AFR. As always, big shout out to our friends at Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. Bunkie and below, you want a Deere, one place you're going, Sunshine, sunnyquip.com, sunnyquip.com. All right. A 1-4 night last night. We got to get back on track. Let's do it. Time for Otter Locks.
Otter Locks.
All right, time to win some money.
Presented by Total Maintenance AC Repair. Same-day service means you will never sleep hot. 480-1000. We are Total Maintenance.
I think it's safe to say that I won the bet.
Yo, Otter!
Busy list, but I don't mean to correct you, but 2 and 3 pays the shop, and plus 10.5 on Nickel State. Let's get to the SEC. A&M in Kentucky. A&M needs a win. They're in the 40s. They're on the bubble. Their buckyball has hit the skids in the second half of the conference schedule. Kentucky got their revenge emotional win on Saturday against Vandy. Gives A&M minus the 1 or pick 'em right now. They were 1.5 when we gave them out earlier to Hunt. Arkansas, Georgia's already started. We went over the number of 189.5. We need to pick up the pace a little bit, but still got plenty to go. So 12 minutes to go in the first half in Athens. Central, I would get on the end game on the over on Alabama.
It's at 176.5. We like that over?
Yes. Central Florida, minus 9.5 when I gave it to Hunt. It's 8.5 now, so I'd recommend it more. They have been hot, man. They've won 4 of 5. Their only loss was Saturday, a 1-point loss to Baylor. They are in right now, but they can't afford another bad loss to a non-tournament team. Central Florida to bounce back. Johnny Dawkins getting ready to get the Knights back into the tournament, minus 8.5 right now. Cincinnati and BYU. BYU has lost 8 of 11, and they lost their second leading scorer, Saunders, about 5 games back. They've hit the skids now. They go to Cincinnati. We know about Cincinnati kind of surging onto the bubble right now with Lenardi. They could use this win. We're taking Cincinnati. That's down to 1.5. It was at 2.5 at one point today. Utah and Colorado. Colorado is 1-7 on the road. Good enough for us. Give us Utah plus the 1.5. At home in Salt Lake City on senior night. And UCLA is 16-2 at home this year. Their only loss is 4-point loss to Arizona and a 1-point loss to Indiana. If they pick them, even money here, take UCLA, non-ranked team favored over not just a ranked team, but a top 10 team in Nebraska.
Otter, that's moved, by the way. UCLA is now minus 1.5 at even money. The money line is minus $1.18.
I would take the money line.
Okay.
Then, but
hey, by the way,
around.
did you miss?
There's some pick'ems. I just played it, so there are some pick'ems.
Did you miss Oklahoma?
I guess I went right over them, huh?
So you gave it. It's on the site at Oklahoma minus 2. Right now, it's Oklahoma plus 1.5.
Yes, it has been late movement on Missouri. That's that big revenge spot. We talked about it. Oklahoma had a list of bad, tough losses this year, but that's a tough one. Both teams have won 2 in a row apiece. Oklahoma's won 2 in a row by double digits, including Saturday at the PMAC. But, man, this is a game they've had to head circle. A 30-footer to tie it at the end of regulation, another 28-footer to win it when they were down 2. Brutal loss.
1 minute remaining.
Take Oklahoma there. And we got an NBA spot tonight. We like we had Pistons to win the division. They're well on their way to doing that at plus 450. But they got lucky and won the first game on Friday night at home, came back in overtime. I think the Cavs turn tonight. Getting points at home means much more to them newly acquired Harden. Take the Cavaliers plus the points at home.
That is 8 picks, 7 on the college hardwood, and an NBA play. If you missed any of it, it's all up at LouisianaSports.net.
We call it Ocho, man. Mi hombre.
The Ocho. The Ocho. Where are you tomorrow, Ocho?
We at Modesto.
Hey! Ocho at Modesto for a margarita is the Otter. All right, Otter, good luck. Thank you.
Good luck.
All right, man. Have a great night. All right, we're getting out of here. You missed anything AFR On Demand presented by Brett Golf. Big shout out to our friends over at Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. Muse Pauly. Thanks. See you tomorrow at 3.
AFR.
Getting on down the road, let me remind you about Rouse's. Rouse's.com, the official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Rouse's.com, Rouse's.com, Rouse's.com. You want to check out the website. They always have the weekly specials up at Rouse's.com. Always encourage you as well to check out their social media, especially over on Facebook. They do a great job with content, recipes, other different cuisine ideas. Man, how about this? Like literally just pulled this up. Dinner, done. Grab-and-go meals at Rouse's. Beef lasagna, blackened shrimp pasta, chicken Alfredo, loaded mac and cheese. Find your favorite flavor. Also, it is Sushi Tuesday, $5 every Tuesday. Sushi, grab-and-go over at Rouse's. Check them out at Rouse's. Which Rouse's? Any Rouse's. There's 76 of them now. Rouse's.com, Rouse's.com. The official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints, Rouse's.com. Rouse's, this feels like home.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
These ice cubes could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they cradle and cool the crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Nicely done, ice cubes.
Trust isn't given, it's earned. Earned both on the court and off. And every step along the way, I trust Our Lady of the Lake to keep me in the game.
FMOL Health, Our Lady of the Lake experts provide best-in-class care for our state's world-class athletes because it takes a champion to care for champions.
On the court, I trust my team. For my health care, I trust the lake.
From championship athletes to everyday champions, trusted care starts here.
Transform your living space with Lacoste & Young Remodeling and take your home from outdated to outstanding. Redefine your kitchen for the ultimate culinary experience or elevate your daily routine with a spa-worthy bathroom retreat. Our skilled team brings 3D modeling to life to ensure your vision becomes a reality. We believe luxury should be accessible and offer tailored solutions to fit your budget without compromising quality. So contact us today for a free estimate. Lacoste & Young Remodeling, providing perfect solutions for your dream home.
Hi, I'm Mitchell Meredith with Locke Meredith, Sean Fagan & Associates. We take great pride in educating our clients about their rights. Whether you're injured at work or while you drive, call our office at 272-5555. Knowledge is power, and you should know your rights after an injury.
Hi, I'm Sean Fagan of Lock Meredith, Sean Fagan & Associates. When insurance companies have been unfair, we've never been afraid to go to trial. Fighting hard to protect your rights, we never settle a case out of convenience. We only settle when it's right for you. Whether you hire us at all, give us a call.
Sometimes you ignore the signs, even when they're right in front of you. Problem gambling isn't always easy to spot. Know the signs, set your limit. Learn more about healthy gambling habits by visiting us online or text or call for free, confidential help now.
When it comes to industrial construction, River Parish Contractors can do it all. Mechanical, structural, custom fabrication, specialized welding, and turnaround services. Strategically located in between Baton Rouge and New Orleans, we have the local team with the experience and commitment to safety to manage the most complex industrial projects. Period. Here's the deal. Partnering with us means your project is delivered on time, on budget, and most important, safely. River Parish Contractors, let's get building.